Good evening, everyone, and welcome into Tomahawk Valley Madison Central High School. Your host for another great high school football matchup as the Indians tonight hosting North Laurel, a game that was not played last year. As we welcome in John Clark to the broadcast as well. I'm Michael Watkins. Glad to have you along. Coach, last year these two teams had a game scheduled. Of course, some crazy events taking place with the I-75 shooters, what he kind of became known as. The game was canceled for safety precautions, rightfully so, I believe. And it's kind of renewing this matchup tonight here on the Indians' home turf after a game last week that was called just before halftime. Central getting that victory over Madison Southern to go to 2-1 on the season, and trying to continue to build some momentum as they get closer to district play here in a few weeks.
Yeah, it's that part of the season where it's that stretch of you're feeling out your team. You're not playing in district yet. You really don't know what the district looks like, where you need to fall. You're just trying to get better week in and week out. Another ground and pound team here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of been the theme with every game so far this year. There hasn't been a whole lot of passing attack against Central's defense. It'll be more the same of run tonight from North Laurel, it looks like.
Yeah, and the Indians, you talked about it, that kind of similar to that Johnson Central game where both teams like to run the football, play good defense, expect a low-scoring game as we welcome you in here to the broadcast. Our coverage, as always, presented by Bishop Small Engine Repair, where the variety of outdoor power equipment is second to none. In all of Richmond, Kentucky, there isn't a friendlier or more knowledgeable staff than Bishop's. They're happy to help you find either the perfect outdoor power equipment service or the parts that you've been looking for. You can find out more online at bishopsmallenginerepair.com. Madison Central and North Laurel here in pregame, about 26 minutes away from the kickoff. For those that are used to watching our WBON TV coverage, we will not have a clock on screen for you tonight, where Southern and Central are both at home. We wanted to make sure we got both games with coverage tonight, so no clock, camera on the screen, but Coach Clark and I will do our best to keep you updated with what the clock is and what time we have as we go throughout the evening. We're about 25 minutes away from kickoff as we come at you here on the Chenault Vineyards pregame show. Chenault Vineyards has become the go-to destination and the premier event venue in Madison County. You can check out their jam-packed lineup of things happening all year long on their Facebook page, ChenaultVineyards.com, or you can like them on Facebook or visit their website, ChenaultVineyards.com. And, Coach, as we kind of look around and see how things play out, this Central North Laurel game, not as much buzz as there was last week when you had Southern coming in. But the good news is, at the moment, not a cloud in the sky and a perfect night for football.
Yeah, it's a beautiful night for high school football. It's not too hot. We're not expecting any bad weather. This is one of those games, though, you always worry, like, will the fans show out? It's not like a big rivalry game. You hope your team's not looking ahead. You had a rivalry last week. You've got district play starting the next week.
Yeah.
So these are the games I always kind of worry about. Your team can kind of fall asleep in a game like this where there's not a ton on the line other than stacking wins.
Madison Central and North Laurel here on the Chenault Vineyards pregame show. We'll dive deeper into our pregame coverage when we come back. We're live on WBON TV. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
You know what they say. Every great season starts with a strong lineup. Neat agility, the Trailblazer cuts through traffic like a wide receiver in the red zone. Power, the Silverado handles work and tailgates like a linebacker on a mission. And if you're ready to go electric, the Equinox EV has the range to go all the way. No matter your game plan, Jack Burford Chevrolet has the vehicle that suits your drive. Stop in, suit up, and let's kick off your next adventure.
Since opening in 1972, Citizens Guarantee Bank has been there to help our customers enhance their lives and achieve their dreams. With 7 locations across Central and Eastern Kentucky today, we are celebrating 50 years of being there for the communities we call home. Citizens Guarantee Bank is now CG Bank. New name, same commitment to being there for our neighbors. CG Bank, we've been there for that. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
You've heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
We all have dreams. For some, it might be playing professional baseball like Keenan Wiley, former Madison Central baseball player, did. For others, maybe it's just dreaming of your forever home. Well, after a career of playing the game that he loved, now Keenan has another dream, helping you find that dream home. Check out the new development at Crutcher Pike Estates here in Richmond. Like Keenan Wiley Real Estate on Facebook, and let Keenan help guide you through the process of finding your dream home in Central Kentucky. Back here on WBON TV is Madison Central set to take on North Laurel here in high school football action. And cool thing taking place tonight, of course, it is Madison High Night. Has become a annual event here at Madison Central where they honor the old Madison High, and the Indians will be wearing purple uniforms tonight. So excited to get a look at these as former Madison High Royals make their way onto campus again, and got Brandon Fritz, the principal, down there in the purple. So Mrs. Kinley up here, the assistant athletic director, in her purple shirt. I've got my purple on tonight. That's not the same purple that Madison High wore, but my high school colors were actually purple. They were purple and gold, though, Coach. A little bit different than what Madison High had. But as we get you set for tonight, the Indians will be in purple uniforms, so it'll be cool to see them come out and honoring the legacy of Madison High. Again, here on the Chenault Vineyards pregame show. Appreciate you tuning us in. And now it'll give us a chance to take a look at our keys to the game. Keenan Wiley Real Estate, giving those to you, the keys to the game. If you are looking for your new home in Richmond or in Central Kentucky, Keenan Wiley Real Estate may have the answer. Right now, they have some beautiful listings at Crutcher Pike Estates, a new subdivision going up out there off of Barnes Mill Road, and Crutcher Pike Estates has got some openings for you to go check out. You can like Keenan Wiley Realtor on Facebook for more information, and he'll get you set up for that dream home today and tonight. Coach, I think the key really for both of these two teams is very similar, but for the Indians, it's try to get this North Laurel football team. We were just looking at the numbers here. 3rd and longs. If you can kind of force this team into 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, you have a really good advantage in winning this football game because, as has been the case with Central as well, neither team likes to throw the ball a ton. So if you can get really either one of these teams in 3rd and long, it kind of takes them out of their comfort zone.
Yeah. I mean, it's if you're Central, you want to make them throw the ball. And North Laurel doesn't want to have to throw the ball, but I think a key for North Laurel is they're going to have to throw the ball tonight. So it's Central's run defense is proven. They're giving up 77 yards per game rushing, I think, right now, which is not a ton. No. So it's that's in high school football, that tends to be a much higher number per game. So defensively, Central's very stout against the run. They're going to have to continue to do what they're doing. The Central secondary wasn't great last week. No. There was a lot of Southern players running behind the secondary. They couldn't find them all the time, but there were opportunities there. So I think that's a key is if they do get them in 3rd and long, they're going to have to keep everything in front of them in the secondary.
Yeah, and what Coach Blair has done, at least early on in the season, he's given these young guys a chance to kind of earn their stripes. We talked about that. And he's got these young guys playing corner. Now, that could change once they get into district play. Maybe he's trying to save, a Jeff Hairston or a Kenley Moore for playing that corner position once they get into district play. But as of right now, he's got these younger guys playing, and that kind of burned them last week on the very first offensive play for Southern. They hit, Gabe Beard hit McCoy for a long touchdown. Had another opportunity late in the game. They just missed a deep touchdown pass. So Central's got to do that. And what the Indians have to do as well, it didn't see it as much last week because they built an early lead. The craziness happened with the storms and everything. Game got called. They've got to limit their own mistakes. Obviously, in football, you have mistakes, but you got to be able to limit them and not have the things that went on in the Johnson Central game and even in the Connor game, even though they won. You got to not have those silly mistakes that cost you points down the line. That could really hurt you.
Absolutely. And we've talked about as you get into big games, that's going to be a key factor is they need to they need to make sure that they minimize mistakes and are controlling the football, protecting the football. One thing else that stood out is, North Laurel's only played 2 games at this point. Central's played 3. That extra game and experience, now 2.5 technically, but that extra time on the field, it matters at this point in the season. North Laurel does have 2 gentlemen on the defensive line that have caused a lot of issues in their first 2 games. They've got a young man up there, Rice Sutton, that's got 5 tackles for loss in 2 games. They've got another guy, Kingston Reams, that's got 2.5 sacks in 2 games. So if we're gonna continue to run the ball well, going to have to know where those 2 are at all time, make sure we're getting bodies on them at the snap.
That's your Keenan Wiley Real Estate keys to the game. If you're looking for your new home in Richmond or Central Kentucky, Keenan Wiley Real Estate may have the answer. Right now, they have some beautiful listings at Crutcher Pike Estates just off of Barnes Mill Road, like Keenan Wiley Realtor on Facebook for more information. About 16 minutes away from the kickoff between the Indians and the Jaguars, North Laurel and making their way into Richmond from London, about an hour-ish drive, not too far up the interstate down I-75, but
I don't know. That could be a pretty rough drive.
I was
right
getting ready
now
to say, with how
anymore.
I've got people texting me right now that are on their way to Richmond from Lexington, talking about how bad the traffic is, and that's an everyday thing. I mean,
it's anybody
crazy. That's trying to go north or come south in between probably London and all the way up to Lexington, good luck right now because it is craziness each and every single day, especially right around this time.
Richmond's turning into Lexington where it takes 30 minutes to get everywhere. It didn't used to be that way, a year ago. It took me 30 minutes to get here today, and I live literally like just on the other side of EKU from here. So it's, They may have left early. They may have had to.
We'll step aside for another commercial break. When we come back, we'll look at the game time temperature and give you the Jerry Goebel State Farm Star Watch on the other side, live on WBON TV.
Hey! Oh my gosh, your husband is so hot. I know. No, like really hot. I know.
We've got to call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Is your AC unit not cooling? Call Joseph's Heating and Air. Your experts in fast, reliable AC maintenance and repair. They'll keep you cool when it matters most. Proudly serving Richmond, Lexington, and surrounding areas. Don't sweat it. Call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Hi, I'm Gwen from Gwen's Fine Jewelers, and we would love to invite you into our family-owned business.
Select from our beautiful Valina designs, Carissa designs, or we can custom design your dream ring. Gwen's Fine Jewelers is your exclusive Kendra Scott boutique in Richmond. Special financing options available, on-site jewelry repair, and layaway. Find your dream ring at Gwen's. Gwen's Fine Jewelers, where dreams come true.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Wings or strips?
Wings.
No, strips. Guess I gotta flip a coin.
Famous last words.
Wings and strips.
You just can't lose with the split decision meal. Only at Lee's. Famous for a reason.
Your Lee's Famous Recipe locations are proud supporters of our local Madison County High School sports teams. Have dinner tonight before the game at Lee's Berea, just off I-75 at exit 76, or swing by Lee's Richmond, 1000 Center Drive. Since 1974, Linville Insurance has proudly served our community with values that stand the test of time: family, integrity, and service. We lead with kindness, do what's right, help others, and stay informed so you can trust us with what matters most. As a proud Shepherd Insurance partner, we offer the strength of a large agency with the heart of a local one. From business to home, auto, farm, life, and employee benefits, we are your one-stop insurance advisor. Join the Linville Insurance family and experience the difference.
In the WBON TV, and tonight's game sponsor is Clark Construction. Tristan Clark, former local athlete in his own right, and he is excited to help you kind of take the vision that you have for your home. Now, whether that be a remodel, maybe it's something on an outdoor space, whatever the case might be, trust Clark Construction. They are a locally owned and operated custom construction business based here in Richmond and serving Richmond and the surrounding areas. They specialize in home remodels, custom additions, outdoor spaces, decks, patios, roofing, flooring, you name it. Clark Construction and the team there can take your vision for your home and bring it to life. You can find out more information online at clarkconstructionllc.net or call that number on your screen right there, 859-893-1006. Coach, you look at this matchup tonight between the Indians and North Laurel. Of course, we've got Madison Southern at home tonight as well. It's homecoming over there as the Eagles hosting Wayne County, kind of a rivalry that you were a part of for so long, an annual game with the Cardinals from over there in Wayne County. So two games from teams kind of south of Madison County coming here to take on both Central and Southern.
Yeah, and I think everybody that's familiar with high school football in the state that's listening knows that playing south and playing east are different than playing north towards, Lexington and Louisville. So different style of play, different style of football. With Central's district being more north, having played Johnson Central, having played Southern, having played North Laurel, they're playing more of a southern-eastern non-district schedule other than St. X, which is a whole other ballgame. But it's just a lot different style of play than what you get when you play in Lexington. I was always trying to play north because I felt like looking at historically who ends up in the playoffs and who does well, we needed to play more north when I was at Southern to be playoff ready. Yeah. I felt like playing south wasn't going to get us there. But you're kind of sitting at that divide in Madison County where you could go any direction to play.
And when you were coaching, too, did you like to have different styles? Like, did you want to play a running team one week and then maybe a pass-heavy team the next week? Did you want to try to mix it up, or were you wanting to maybe see the same type of team that you would during your district?
There were two things I was looking for. Who are the top teams in the state? What kind of talent level do they have? And I need some of that on my schedule because I need to see where we're at. It's a litmus test for us against those athlete powerhouse programs. I always wanted to play a Boyle or somebody like that. And then also was if we were playing pass-heavy teams or we were playing some, wing T teams, I like to find something similar on the schedule so it's not the first time we've ever seen it. Right now with Central, there's not a lot of teams running triple option. Yeah. Central's running true triple option again. It's not full triple option like you'd see at Air Force, Navy, an Army, but it is a power run triple option style offense that is unique. That's hard for teams to prepare for because they don't see it many other places right now.
As we get ready for kickoff, about 9 minutes away, just under 9 minutes remaining until kickoff between the Indians and the Jaguars. We'll take a look now at our Madison HVAC game time temperature. Right now, 81 degrees here in downtown Richmond. Again, a beautiful night for high school football. And a little bit warmer than what we have had, last week during the EKU game. We had really cold rain before the game. Then the sun came out. It was a beautiful first half. And then right at halftime, the temperature just dropped, and it was kind of cold that we like to have for football. It was football weather there toward the end of the Eastern game last Saturday. But right now, 81 degrees here in downtown Richmond. That's your game time temperature, brought to you by Madison HVAC. Don't let yourself down by failing to have your HVAC system inspected before we get into winter. Visit MadisonHVACR.com and let their experts keep your system heating and cooling all year long. Central and North Laurel set to duel it out here at Tomahawk Valley, and there's always some key players to watch out for. And as we get ready for our Jerry Goebel State Farm Star Watch tonight, the arrival of fall brings an opportunity to strengthen your safety net and prepare for the unexpected. At Jerry Goebel State Farm Insurance, their wide range of services includes car insurance, homeowners insurance, renters insurance, life, business, and financial services. They have a special focus on assisting individuals who are relocating to here in Madison County. You can visit JerryGoebelInsurance.com to learn more. And tonight's Star Watch, I think the guy we've really continued to look at, who had a couple of really big hits in that game last week, Coach, Moose McElwee. He has just continued to impress. Got hurt in the Connor game and still able to score a touchdown defensively in that one. Last week had a couple of really big hits, and he's the kind of guy that he's known for making a stop or getting a tackle, but we've seen him really this year play more of man-to-man coverage against slot receivers as well, just showing what kind of athlete he truly is.
Yeah, he's leading the team in tackles with 25 right now, and that's actually over 2.5 games.
Yeah.
And he missed some time in that first game. They didn't even play the whole game varsity-wise. He definitely is the guy that sets the tone defensively. I do want to point out, I think Liam Daly's come a long way this season. It's like I see a very similar play style in the two of them. Daly's just one tackle behind him on tackles for the season, and he's also got, Daly's got 3 tackles for loss, and I think he's up to 3.5 sacks. He's spending more time in the backfield. McElwee's spending more time in coverage and some things, but I think they can be equally disruptive in what they're doing right now.
Yeah, those two guys leading the way for Madison Central, a combined 5 tackles for loss between those two key defenders through the first 3 games. And the Indians right now trying to find their way into another home victory. Knocked off Connor, knocked off Southern last week, trying to go 3-0 here at home with 2 more games to come later on this season. Madison High, the Purples down there, the Royals here to take part in the coin toss as the captains make their way out onto the field. With 5 minutes remaining before we kick things off, we'll take another 3-minute commercial break. When we come back, we'll get you set for the kickoff here on WBON TV.
No, the Purple Unions
Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with Cerac. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Founded by Kentuckians for Kentuckians, Whitaker Bank is a uniquely Kentucky bank committed to the communities it serves. At Whitaker Bank, you'll find personalized service, a dedication to excellence, and a genuine desire to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit us at any of our conveniently located branches or go to whitakerbank.com to learn how Whitaker Bank can serve you. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Orthopedic and Sport Physical Therapy will help guide you on your road to recovery.
It is our mindset, a spirit driven to excellence, to help people heal faster and better.
If you have pain or an injury, or you need experts in sports medicine, Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy is your best choice in rehabilitation, and you have direct access.
In most cases, you do not need a referral to any of our 7 locations serving the region.
Just give OSPTKY a call. Visit our website at osptky.com to find the location nearest you.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Jerry Goebel in Richmond today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
Honor, integrity, excellence. When it comes to protecting your home, rely on the experts who have served our country. At VC Veterans Contracting, our mission is to make your home feel safe. Our customers constantly rate us 5 stars for our expertise and professionalism. Trust your roof to the veterans who served. Call VC Veterans Contracting today or scan the code on screen for a free quote. VC Veterans Contracting, your roof, our mission.
Welcome back in the WBON TV in Tomahawk Valley, where your Madison Central Indians taking on North Laurel here this evening. It is Madison High night, the Royal Purples being honored, and we saw Mayor Robert Blythe of the city of Richmond. You've got Alvin Miller down there in his uniform, got their numbers on them. You know, I've never talked to Blythe about playing football. I'll have to pick his brain and see. There you see him right there on your screen. See how good of a football player he was back in the day. Richmond Mayor Robert Blythe. And, of course, you can see the purple uniforms down on the field. The Indians in the purple uniforms tonight, the white pants, white numbers, white letters, and their normal Madison Central helmet with the Navajo Indian sling thing. I don't know what you call that.
It's called
Coach.
A spear.
Spear. Oh,
that's okay.
It's been a long day.
That's okay, man. It's been a long week. I get it. I get it.
But they'll have that on the side of their helmet, the blue tribe on the side. And for North Laurel, white uniforms, white pants, green numbers, green letters outlined in the royal blue. For the Jaguars, who are looking to go to 2-1 on the season, they've already had their open week. And is it crazier? I mean, and you probably feel this way all the time, being as a coach. But we're already in week 4 or game number 4. It's already flown by.
Yeah,
we're a month into the season.
It's going really fast. This is the time of year too where you start the game, it's 80 degrees, and by the end of the night, we're getting close to see your breath, and it starts to get pretty chilly on the sideline when the sun goes down. We're not quite there yet, but we're about a week or two from it, so it's exciting.
All right, so the Jaguars will kick off to the Indians, who won the toss and elected to receive. You've got Hairston and DeBruce back to return, two guys who have the ability to take it the distance. And for North Laurel, kicking off is going to be Cam Anderson.
North Laurel traditionally, over the years, doesn't tend to have a ton of great athletes. They tend to be more of a hard-nosed football team. Be interesting to see what they're bringing into the stadium tonight.
So Anderson to kick it away. We'll see how deep he'll put it as the Indians open things up with the kickoff. An up man will fall on it. I believe that's Parker.
Yep.
Bronson Parker, who scored a touchdown, his first of his high school career last week in the win over Madison Southern. And the Indians kind of showing you that depth last week, especially at that running back position. We've seen Barnes and Compton, DeBruce, Parker, Mathis got some carries earlier on in the season. They've got a bunch of guys they feel comfortable with running the football.
Yeah, Parker's got to be kicking himself there a little bit. You always wanted to be kind of one of those up backs. You want to be able to handle that ball, so he had some room to run if he could have handled it.
So Christian Lawson here on the near side. On the first play, the Indians go right up the gut, and Corinthian Barnes nowhere to go. They're going to give him half a yard across the original line of scrimmage, which was the 30, to the 30.5-yard line, and then make that back on the 30, so no gain.
Yeah, we had a lot
there we go. Now they give him the 31, so a 4-yard gain.
We had a lot of linemen 5-6 yards from the ball, but there were a lot of white jerseys still back at the line of scrimmage, so I think we just missed some assignments there.
Some big guys up front for North Laurel. Player to keep an eye on, number 55, I believe. That's Reams, or 52, excuse me, as Central again tries to run it up the gut. Only a yard gain. So good defense in the early going for North Laurel as they've come to play. Couple of key stops on first and second down, only 1 yard picked up on each. And to bring up 2nd and 8, which is what we talked about, one of the keys to the game for Central is force North Laurel into those 3rd and long situations and avoid them yourself. Not a great start if you're an Indians fan.
Yeah, and we talked about, North Laurel's last game 2 weeks ago was against Corbin. They've played a run-heavy team. Corbin runs the ball really well, and they've got a couple guys with some tackles for loss and some sacks up front. So motion to empty here. This is interesting. A run set that they're in empty.
DeBruce will take the pitch out to the far side. Davion with some running room, and he was pulled down by his jersey. A great tackle by North Laurel as Davion had some room. Really only one guy to beat, and he was able to make the stop. No gain on the play, so 4th and 8, not a great opening drive. 3 and out for Central.
I definitely like what they did there. They motioned the back out to the slot. It can be kind of a decoy pass-wise, but it gives them a chance to get a lead block on a toss to the back in motion better. Gets them out in space quicker for that block, but it wasn't enough to get the job done.
So Peyton Gilboa back to punt.
No rush. Looks like they're going to try to play coverage.
Beautiful punt, and that'll take a Central bounce and go out of bounds near the 20-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 22.5 for North Laurel to begin things. So good punt by Gilboa, following a 3 and out by the offense. And North Laurel's turn now to take the snaps as the Indians defense will come out looking to get the ball back and get the offense back out onto the field.
Well, I think we saw what I mentioned. North Laurel's always been a tough-nosed, ground-and-pound type team. We saw that in the first 3 snaps there from them defensively. Offensively, their quarterback is their leading rusher. McCorder, he's their leading rusher, close to 100 yards per game. He's averaging 4.7 a carry. He also plays defense, so he's definitely the guy they need to put their shoulders into tonight and wrap him up. They're big up front, aren't they?
Yeah, both teams have got some guys up front. And I was talking to Camden Burke, who's the big offensive tackle for the Indians. He said that one of the North Laurel offensive linemen, as the ball came out, and it's going to be dove on by the quarterback McCorder. But one of the North Laurel offensive linemen is actually a 3-star prospect. So
probably number 54, I'm guessing. He's a good-looking kid.
Yeah, 54 is Zachary Philpott.
I wonder if that's him. I don't have a Rivals checklist in front of me, but just watching what I saw from the first 3 plays, this young man's coming off the ball a little different, moving a little different than everybody else.
McCorder now hands it off on 2nd and long.
Yeah, it's got to be him.
Good job moving away from a would-be tackler as Cooper Robinson spins into the middle of the field and able to get it across the 25 up to the 26-yard line. So 3rd down and looks like 6 coming up for the Jags.
Not a terrible position for the Jags, but also for Central, 3rd and 6 is not a bad place to be in. McElween with a nice tackle there to keep that from getting into the 3rd level of the defense. Once again, McElween's on the edge of the defense, so he's on the defensive left. The field's to the right. They're spreading him out a little bit.
Yeah, watch for McCorder to run. He'll drop back, looking to throw. Steps up, got a man wide open downfield. Nobody on him, and at midfield, the pass is caught. Finally, Indians able to catch up to him, but a huge play as they are able to connect downfield for McCorder's first pass of the game. And, Coach, about a 40-yard pass there.
A lot of confusion on defense. Pre-snap, there was a guy down over the slot, a safety who had to run back to the safety position. The linebackers were still shifting and adjusting. Again, we've seen more pass plays in the last 2 weeks now with people behind the defense than in front of the defense. Something Central's got to get fixed.
McCorder's only averaging just over 8 yards per completion, but goes for 46 there on 1st down. They handed it back off to number 28. That's Cooper Robinson, the senior. Not a ton of running room there. Got a yard. 2nd down and 9 as the Indians try to get a stop and get the ball back, but
Robinson's their 2nd leading rusher. He's going to get a ton of carries tonight between him and McCorder. If McCorder throws that in stride, he had to break the pocket. He had some pressure, and he had Daly hawking him down.
Yeah.
If he hits that in stride, that's 6.
I think he was actually surprised that his wide receiver.
I think so
was
too.
So
he looked
open.
like he looked like something was off, didn't he? Well, they're back in spread here again, so maybe they like what they saw.
McCorder 4 wide, dropping back to throw. Little pump fake action.
Again. Ooh.
He had his receiver downfield. It passed the defense. And coming up to make the stop for the Indians, good play made by Will Snell.
He was looking for his outside receiver on the go route. He had him. Harrison had him locked up, but the receiver had what we call upfield position. Harrison was in his back hip on his outside. Really felt like you could have put a ball in there for the taller receiver to go get. I think he wanted to, but not a dumb play for him to be safe there. But Harrison is a good athlete. But I definitely, if you're North Laurel, you like what you're seeing there as well.
So 3rd down and 5. Anderson was the receiver that he was looking at on the near side. Now Noble matched up with Hairston. They'll hand it off up the gut and nowhere for Robinson to go. And the Indians give up just a yard on 3rd and 5. So 4th and 4 and an early decision for the Jaguars in this kind of situation. Probably a go for it on 4th down.
They've got to go for it. I watched them pregame. They don't have the kicking game. The snap timing's not great on their kicking game. Kicker, I don't believe, has the leg. This is definitely 4th down, go for it territory if you're North Laurel. Worth noting is the wide receiver that they were going for there, North Laurel, number 80. He's a big kid.
Yeah.
There is a size mismatch out here. So anxious to see what they do here. I would look for Central to bring pressure here as well, assuming they're going to get a pass concept.
Hairston was showing press coverage, then backs off. They're going 5 wide again for McWhorter. He'll drop back right over the middle. Pass caught by Anderson. He's got the 1st down and more. Finally pushed out of bounds by Daly, I believe, on the stop. It was Liam, the junior, coming in to make that tackle. But the yardage gained and a little soft zone, it looked like, by the Indians, allowed Anderson, who's also the kicker, to kind of just hook in that little soft spot, wide open. They found him for the 1st down to move the sticks.
So something North Laurel did there I really like. Central's had a tendency to blitz in scenarios like that from the linebacker position. They went into empty, and the running back went into the slot. He actually replaced the linebacker in case there was a blitz. So they had a check down in that empty scenario, which is smart coaching there.
Mathis had Robinson wrapped up in the backfield. Robinson broke the tackle, picks up 3 yards to the 16-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7 as we near the 5-minute mark. 5:15 to play. Again, no clock on screen for you this evening with us having both the Southern and Central games on WBON. But as we stand right now, a scoreless contest more than halfway through the opening 12 minutes of play.
Is that Christian Lawson playing defensive end?
It is defensive end, yeah.
Okay. I thought I don't know if the purple jerseys had us off number-wise, but normally just plays wide receiver. We've not seen him in a defense at all this year, have we?
A few times on
snaps?
3rd and long, but he's been on the field pretty much consistently tonight thus far as we get a false start against North Laurel. So back them up, and a 2nd down and 7 turns into a 2nd and 12. But, yeah, Lawson's been more of that Blake Muntz role that they used to have, the NASCAR package they used to call it with Coach Mark Centers, where he'll come in on 3rd down most of the time on an obvious passing situation and try to blitz the quarterback. But he's been on the field pretty much the entire time defensively thus far.
And I've not seen Reeder on the field much tonight, who I think typically is playing that defensive end position, if I'm not mistaken. So it would be something to keep an eye on for Central. Motion to empty again. Could get him out of pressure scenarios. They rolled it too high.
Screen to the far side of the field.
He's got room.
Yeah, good blocking and great job defensively as getting up there to make the stop. It was Carter Hire defensively for the Indians, getting in to force a 3rd down and 7. They got the 5 yards back that they lost on the false start penalty. 3rd down, 7 yards to go for North Laurel.
Yeah, you see a lot of movement defensively right now. So some of the shifting and moving by North Laurel is getting Central out of what they're doing. You can see a safety drops back or a linebacker shifting. So North Laurel's definitely, you see some game planning taking place right here where they've seen something that kind of gets Central uncomfortable.
3:40 remaining in the 1st quarter. Again, they move Robinson into the slot on the far side. McWhorter dropping back to throw, being pressured, rolls out, throws, and that pass is going to be incomplete. The receiver dropped it as he went out of bounds. So it will be a 4th down and 7 for the Jaguars, and we'll see if they go with the kick here. It looks like they're going to bring the kicking unit on. Anderson, who is their wide receiver as well, also plays kicker. So Cam Anderson, the junior, will come on. He is 1 of 1 on field goals attempted thus far.
The timing of the snaps is what stood out to me in their warm-up. It's a little bit slower of a snap-to-hold scenario, so a block's not out of a question if the timing can be off a little bit. The kicker's leg was decent.
It'll be a 33-yarder from the right hash. Snap is down. Hold is good. The kick is good as well when North Laurel on their opening drive. Takes it down the field. A big pass play from McWhorter to his wide receiver, R.J. Noble, sets up a field goal attempt for the Jags, and they take a 3-0 lead. 3.5 to play in the first quarter on WBON TV. The constant changing of the weather in Kentucky can hit hard. That's why having Madison HVAC on your side is so important. Don't waste time. Schedule a maintenance check on your HVAC system and make sure it's ready to handle the constant changing of the weather that comes with living in Kentucky. Your comfort is their promise. Like Madison HVAC-R Inc. on Facebook, or schedule your maintenance checkup at 859-625-1471. Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers have over 24 years experience in the auction industry. Whether you're selling real estate, personal property, or liquidating your assets, Pruitt & Sons can help take your property to auction and walk you through the process. Serving all over Central Kentucky, visit PruittAuctioneers.com. And remember, Angela Pruitt for all your real estate needs as well. Back to the action here at Tomahawk Valley on the kickoff from Anderson. The ball went out of bounds around the 5-yard line. So Central will have good field position. And Coach, we've seen really since that opening week when Jeff Hairston took the opening kickoff to the season back for a 90-yard touchdown, that teams have seen that. They know how fast DeBruce and Hairston are. It is the 35-yard line. They've really stopped kicking to both DeBruce and Hairston since that opening week.
You know, there's a reason we made that the play of the season potentially is it's scared teams. Nobody's even tried them since, which has shocked me, but I think they look great on special teams.
Hand off to Davion here on the near side, and a big hole for DeBruce. There is a hold. Yeah, It'll come back.
It's going to be
big
on Big
play
Camden.
Wiped out. Burke going to be called for the hold as he came to this side. Burke moving and the flag thrown. So that will be backing this one up.
As an O-line guy, I love what he's doing. I'm watching him the whole play. Once the ball gets outside of him, he's got to let go because now all eyes of the officials are on him.
Yeah.
He has his guy locked up, but as his guy's trying to reach for the ball, he's got to let go of him. Love his physicality, though, man. That's a penalty I don't mind. First time we've seen Central do that. Fake a double dive, end around with it, pull a guard. That in this kind of offense, that's a little bit of a counter action, I would call that. We've not seen but maybe one or two counters in the first 3 weeks.
They've seemed to kind of add something new every week
wrinkle.
offensively.
Yeah. And they should. That makes total sense.
1st and 15, Lawson far side as the wide out. Coverage up top with one safety.
Triple.
Hand it off to Barnes, and again, just a couple of yards. So not a ton of running room for Corinthian Barnes like we've seen in previous weeks. He was really the catalyst to them taking a lead against Johnson Central in the second half 2 weeks ago. Last week had a big game against Madison Southern in that game that was called just before halftime. But thus far, 3 carries for 4 yards for Corinthian Barnes.
Yeah, and it looked like a scenario. That was a true triple, and the defensive end crash looked like it may have been a pull scenario to where the ball was given to the fullback. Looked like there was some perimeter room if on a keep there. It's going to happen sometimes when you're reading plays.
Second down and 13 as Herbst goes up under center. They send Compton in motion. Pitch it out to him far side. Blockers in front, but the hole was kind of covered up quickly. Just a yard gained by Quincy Compton. And this North Laurel defense, they have come to play thus far. Their running game that Central has relied upon is still early on in this ball game, just 2:07 remaining in the first quarter. The defense for North Laurel kind of having their way against the run game early on.
Well, I don't know if you noticed number 10, McWhorter, the quarterback for North Laurel's the one that came out of that pile with the initial hit. He's coming from the safety position. So North Laurel's is what we call their safeties are very flat-footed. They're playing downhill. And we've talked about this a lot. It is hard to run the ball no matter how good you are with 10 guys in the box. Right now they're facing a 10-man box on the snap. They're going to have to throw the ball to soften this box at some point tonight.
And now another 3rd down and long for Central. They went 3 and out on their opening drive, couldn't convert a 3rd and 6. Now it's 3rd down and 11 as Herbst goes up under center again. Hairston is the wideout on the far side. They are going to throw. Carson throws to Jeff. He makes the catch, but well short of the first down marker at the 38-yard line. It'll be 4th down, and the Indians will punt once again. Harrison goes up to make the catch, but he was well short of moving the sticks, and North Laurel will send, like that's number 10, back to return. That's Jude McCorder.
Yeah, it's McCorder. He's Mr. Everything. So I don't love a 5-yard hitch when it's 3rd and 11.
Yeah.
If you're going to throw, I think you take a shot. You've got to do something different, or you need to run the ball and try to get in a 2-down scenario. Not a huge fan of a 5-yard hitch in that scenario. Not sure what the purpose there was. Maybe just trying to give some confidence to your quarterback. I don't know.
Yeah, you got to wonder maybe if it was Hairston that maybe ran the wrong route, or he might have saw the original line to gain or the original start of line to scrimmage and thought that was the first down marker. That might have been where the confusion was. But there was definitely something wrong with that play, it looked like.
Well, most of the routes, I mean, they're a run-based team, so they're definitely not running a side-adjusting route. So a side-adjusting route would mean, hey, run the route to the sticks. If it's at 8, run it to 8, 11. That's timing offense. They're not doing that. That is a predetermined route depth, unless he just didn't run his route deep enough. But it looked like it timed up right, so I do think it was a short route concept.
So 1st and 10 for the Jaguars. McCorder again in the shotgun. The passing game for the Jaguars has looked good in their opening drive. Let them down the field for a field goal.
You've got empty again.
Yeah, McCorder.
Draw. Love this.
Well, quarterback draw. He faked the pass out to the far side and then just took it up the field. Got it across the 30, just shy of the 31-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for North Laurel.
So North Laurel obviously came in with a game plan. They said, look, we can't fight in a phone booth with these guys with their defense and win this game. We're going to need to spread them out. We're going to need to get into empty, run, throw some different concepts in. They obviously felt like this game plan was going to give them their best chance to keep their offense on the field. And so far, it's been really effective for them in the first quarter, which is now over.
First quarter comes to a close. A 3-0 low-scoring affair in Richmond on WBON TV.
When life gets complicated, you need someone who understands. Since 2003, Blevins Law has navigated real estate closings, wills, estates, car accidents, and personal injury cases with care and clarity. If your family has experienced death or injury, make Blevins your first call.
Blevins Law. Compassionate, reliable, real. Call 859-985-5410 to hire Blevins Law for the win. Office is located at 400 Richmond Road, North Berea, or search blevinslaw.net to contact them today. Gillum Sports Lounge isn't just a place for good food and hospitality. It's about gathering with family and friends, satisfying those taste buds, and cheering on your favorite team. You can't go wrong with one of their delicious burgers, salads, pizzas, or one of their many appetizers. Order online or stop in and see for yourself why Gillum Sports Lounge has been a staple in Richmond for almost 20 years. Located inside the Richmond Mall. Gillum Sports Lounge. Like them on Facebook to see more. Back here on WBON TV, and man, that Gillum Sports Lounge commercial looked good. Want some pizza now?
They've got good pizza, don't they?
Sounds good too. 2nd down and a long 3, short 4 for the Jaguars as we enter the second quarter here on WBON TV. The first play of the second period will commence from the 31-yard line of the Jaguars.
Be interesting to see if they stay in this spread offense. It looks like they're going to. They're seeing something. So here's what they're doing. They're going to make Central adjust to this, and they're going to stick with it till it doesn't work, which is smart on Friday nights. If what you're working's doing, stay in it.
Again, move the running back into the slot to the far side. McCorder will throw it out that way into the flat, and it's incomplete. Just a little bit too hard for his intended target. That was Bryson Nance, the junior, that couldn't haul it in. Now it's 3rd and 3, and a big 3rd down coming up for this Madison Central defense.
Yeah, this is big. They need to get off the field right here. I notice defensive shells changed a little bit. They're staying too high on both sides when they go empty. Also, they're pinching their D-ends a little bit, which is creating more of an A-gap pass rush, B-gap pass rush.
So McCorder in the spread formation, 2 receivers each way, tailback to his right. They'll bring pressure up the middle. McCorder will throw it out. Pass is going to be complete for a 5-yard pickup that will move the sticks to the 36-yard line. Nice job by the receiver to kind of run upfield, come back, open up his numbers, and give his quarterback something to throw to. And a 1st down for North Laurel.
You know, one thing I noted in the first 2 weeks, just watching stats on North Laurel, is they didn't throw a ton, but he completed 60% of his passes, which for a run-based team, you like to see your quarterback above 60%. So he continues that trend this evening. He's putting the ball where his receivers can catch it.
And McWhorter on the season, 14 of 23 for just 122 yards, but he's been very good tonight. He's looking deep. He's going deep. Got a man, and that's Noble. A flag will come out. Man, Harrison and Noble both kind of pushing and shoving, and I believe it's going to be a defensive pass interference. Can we see a replay on that, Aiden?
Yeah, that was looked like it's something that could have gone either way. But when contact's tied up like that, you see the bigger guy fall. A lot of times the call's going to go his way. But it definitely, it looked like pretty good coverage to me. Just it was physical on both sides. McWhorter's going to take shots, isn't he? He's not scared to chuck it tonight. They've definitely come in ready to test this pass defense. And so far, it's working on third and short scenarios, and it's working. If you're North Laurel, this is the first down, right?
And Noble has been the go-to target for him already. Coming into the game, Noble just had 3 catches. He's already been thrown to 3 times tonight, but it will be a first down. They're going to spot this at the 46-yard line. And Harrison talking with the official, trying to figure out what he can do. But he's giving up it looks like a full foot to his guy he's matched up with on that far side, and R.J. Noble.
This is what Lawson looks to land up against most DBs for us as well. So it's interesting to see. Spread again. Wouldn't be shocked if we end up in empty here. It's been a first down tendency.
They move it to the 49 now of Central, and right up the gut is number 21. That's Bryson Nance, his 7th carry of the season, and this one goes for about 5 yards.
Nice.
Make it 6. He'll take it all the way down to the 43-yard line.
Nice tackle by number 4, Hare there. Really good play by him. I will say this: you don't see Central a lot of times. Defensive players are the first guys there making the tackle. You don't see a lot of broken tackles. They're a good tackling team.
Yeah, Hire, the first cousin of a player that used to play for you, Xavier Strothman.
No, I was going to say, I had a feeling that was a Strothman relationship in there.
Second down and 4. McWhorter immediately takes off with it after receiving the snap. He'll dive forward for what looks like a first down. We'll see where they officially mark it at. There's the signal. So move the sticks again for North Laurel. And this offense continuing to keep the Madison Central defense on their heels right now, Coach. They're doing something different almost every play, whether it be moving the back to either side into the slot. McWhorter's thrown it. He's also took off up the middle, took off there to the far side. So they're changing things up offensively and keeping this Indian defense guessing.
Yeah, so from a defensive perspective as a coach, you don't like to see what you just saw there. McWhorter comes in there their leading ball carrier. When you can be in spread and spread the defense, but then your quarterback runs with a lead blocker and the running back, you're really in 2-back spread, which is really hard to defend because they've got to choose, do we put an extra defender in the box or do we stay spread?
There's a handoff to Robinson. Made a couple of guys miss. Reeder actually came in from behind and kind of saddled him up and rode him down to the ground for no gain on the play. So second down and 10. They might give him a yard here. The nose of the football moves up to the 38-yard line, so it will be 1 yard gain, second down and 9 as we near the 9-minute mark remaining here in the first half.
For some reason, they went back to a normal offensive set, not a spread there. It'd be interesting to see what they do here. They've had their success out of spread. They're back in 2-back here again. Looks like they're in 21 personnel. They've been having success running and throwing out of 10. Last 2 snaps have been in 21 against Central here.
McWhorter will keep it himself. Man, nowhere to go. Yeah. Reeder along with Johnson there to make the stop. Colton Johnson and Reeder making the play for the Indians, backing them up a yard, and it's third down and 10. And now for North Laurel, again, a spot where they don't really like to be. Christian Lawson will come back in, and Reeder will come over to the sideline as they look to kind of blitz here. But we'll see what McWhorter does. Again, he's the type of quarterback. He can run. He can throw. So got to keep an eye on him. He'll go trips to the near side, one receiver to the far side. That's Noble matched up with Hairston. No safety help over the top at the moment.
Looking for, he might have had a wheel out of the backfield. He's going to take off, which is what he likes to do. Yeah. He's going to be short.
Lawson came in to get a hand on him, and he got it to the 36-yard line. So short of the line to gain to move it to a first down for North Laurel, but this is 4-down territory. And on 4th down and 7, they are going to go for it. Yeah, that time got some pressure up the middle. I believe it was Mathis that came up the gut and forced McWhorter out of the pocket. Lawson came in to bring him down.
Yeah, they're definitely switching it up, doing a lot of different looks on offense, aren't they?
And now they'll go spread formation again. 2 receivers each way with Robinson to the left of McWhorter in the backfield. Big 4th down play for the Indians defense.
Got a blitz coming.
Yeah, McElwee coming near side. McWhorter will throw it, and it's going to be incomplete. Give McElwee and Mathis credit for the quarterback hurry, not allowing McWhorter to kind of settle in there. Forced an errant throw, and the Indians' offense will come back out on the field. Haven't seen much of them through 2 drives. And with 7:33 to play in this first half, Madison Central trailing it 3-0 will send the offense back out onto the field after 2 3-and-outs thus far.
It was they got away with a hold there too. I believe it was McElwee that came off the edge. Big 72, I believe it is. Their big offensive tackle over there grabbed a hold of him, got away with one, or quarterback could have been in some trouble there.
Herbst, handoff. Barnes finally finds a hole. Good job of that offensive line of clearing one out for Corinthian Barnes. First positive gain for him. That was more than a yard. This time it's across the 40, up to the 43-yard line. 2nd down and 3 for Madison Central.
You know, we talk about this each week, and it's very real in high school football nowadays. Who has players playing both ways? And North Laurel's got some guys playing both ways. I mean, your quarterback's playing both ways the whole game, and he's your leading touch guy running the ball. So it'd be interesting to see what the effect of is that. The other tailback is playing in the slot. Playing
Robinson.
in the slot. Yeah, he's over Compton right now.
Herb's going to keep it on the RPO. Carson cuts it back. He's got a lane and a big hole. Herbst to the 30, being pressured from behind. Lowers his shoulder as he dives forward near the 20-yard line. A big play for Herbst. And we've got a player down in the back of that. Can we see a replay there, Aiden, if you got it for us here? Let's check and see if we can see what happened behind this play. Carson cuts it back upfield. But behind the play, as Carson had the option to pitch it out. I believe that's Davion DeBruce down on the field. It was Carson faking it to Barnes, had the option to pitch it to DeBruce, kept it himself, but a linebacker from North Laurel laid a hard hit on Davion, and he is down on the field right now. While the training staff from Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy check on him, we will take a OSPTKY timeout. You can get back in the game yourself with help from Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy. Connect with an expert physical therapist who will listen to your story, give you a personalized treatment plan that delivers long-lasting results, and will stick with you every step of the way. Visit OSPTKY.com to set up your appointment today with Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy.
Yeah, whatever took place there, Blair didn't like it. He met the official on the M. Whatever it was, he felt it was an out of line. I didn't see it. I'll tell you what, though, is common when you're playing a triple option team, and we did this when I was coaching, is everybody's a live run threat. You're allowed to hit everybody from the fullback to the quarterback to the pitch man. And we would teach our DBs, come up, if you've got pitch responsibility, hit him whether he has the ball or not. And I think that might have been the scenario.
It might have been more of just had the wind knocked out of him as DeBruce hops up, running over to the sideline now. But he took a hard hit. As you said, in that situation, you're the linebacker. You got to pick one. And he just laid a hard hit on Davion, who didn't have the football.
And he is a live player, though, in that scenario. Yeah. If he's a threat to run, he's a live player. Herbst, though, earlier we talked about I thought he made the wrong read on the give. He made the right read there, and look at what it turned into. So he's chipping away on his reads.
First and 10. Barnes gets the handoff inside the red zone for the first time tonight as Madison Central is they're finally able to move the football, and the big uglies up front.
Did you see what Herbst did there? He gave the ball out, carried out his fake, and one of his, I think his left tackle had a guy locked up, and he ran up and he cleaned him up for him.
Okay.
Threw him over the pile and stood over him. I like the swagger of the kid. I really do, man. He's a nice offensive leader. He is definitely an old-school option-style mentality quarterback, no doubt about it. They've got a good leader under center.
Well, the thing about Herbst, too, is he never really seems to get rattled. I mean, even whether they're down, up, playing with a big lead, and it doesn't really matter what they do. It seems like Carson, even again the Connor game, he never seemed to get frustrated, even when things weren't really going his way.
No, he's doing good stuff. So we're unbalanced here again. Like the one-on-one up top here close to the end zone. Triple option.
Give it to Barnes. Corinthian trying to carry the pile of defenders that were around him. And Carson coming over to the sideline here to talk to his offensive coordinator. It's going to be third and short.
I really think that's him going, I made the wrong read again. If he pulls that ball, he walks in the end zone. They're kind of doing what's called a feather technique, where a defensive end, he holds and then he crashes, and it can be confusing for a running back or for the quarterback to make that read. They call that a feather technique. You got to ride the fullback a little longer when you get that. It's not as quick of a stick it in, pull it out. You kind of got to take a step or two with him. He's figuring that out, though. I think he noticed right there he could have walked in the end zone.
So it's third down. Indians definitely in Peyton Gilbo territory should they not pick it up here. But if it's third and short, fourth and short, Corinthian Barnes time. Yeah, Compton's got it on the end around. Quincy makes a man miss. Compton's got a first down, setting up a first and goal for Madison Central at the 6-yard line. 4:43 remaining in this first half, and the Indians finally starting to get some offense going, threatening here to take the lead.
It's that fast motion behind the quarterback, fly give, quick snap. He's gone around the end. Nice blocking on the perimeter. The only guy left unblocked was the free safety, which is McWhorter on North Laurel. He does come up and make the tackle, which is, you don't see a lot of quarterbacks filling the alley making a tackle, especially against a quality player like Compton like that. So that's a nice play by McWhorter. A good first down pickup by Central.
So it's first and goal, Indians from the 6. Herbst going to give it to Barnes, and a flag comes in. It's going
to be false start on Central. They were moving early in the backfield on the left side.
It's a brutal mistake there on a first down and goal.
Left back was moving before the ball was snapped. He's just leaning forward. He got a little antsy on the dive right there. Is this a good place to get a one-on-one and take a shot out here? It's to Herbst's left.
Yeah, I mean, anytime,
it's a better throw for a righty to his left over here. You think this is a good?
Well, you got the whole side of the field to work with too. Right. I mean, it's a good setup for Christian Lawson, who they've yet to look at. But of course, Lawson has 2 touchdown catches on the season. They had the first one against Johnson Central 2 weeks ago. Last week, caught one in the end zone versus Madison Southern.
I really like that mismatch even here to the boundary.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do, but a lot of field out here. I could see an outside veer option this way too.
They'll give it to Barnes. Corinthian running downhill, and it's so hard. It doesn't matter how big you are. It's so hard to bring Corinthian Barnes down on first contact. There he drug the first defender down to the 6-yard line with him to get back. The yardage lost on the penalty. It'll be second and goal. The ball just across the 7-yard line, nose touching the 6.
Yeah, it's just a G scheme, hard nose give. Plays like that in the scenario, they feel like with 4 downs of running the ball, that's kind of a sign Central feels like we're going to walk this into the end zone. Tight set again here, which means the receiver's in tight to the leads. What we call a nasty, you used to call that a nasty split. He's kind of like a tight end, but a little bit wider.
They'll give it to Barnes. So Herbst gets out in front of his running back and tries to lead block, but a great job by North Laurel. There were 3 guys there. Herbst hit one of them, but 2 other guys able to bring down Corinthian Barnes, and a third down decision for Coach William Blair, who's kind of banged up himself. Blair had a cadaver kind of fell on him. Had some ACL issues back in the day, and walking around down there with a brace on his right leg. But a big decision here on 3rd down and 9, 3rd and goal for the Indians.
Notice you got double coverage over here. McWhorter widened out for Lawson. I could see a go ball here, and you've got double coverage, and he's looking at it. This could be something they've picked up on. He's making looked like he signaled something out here to Lawson.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to throw, too.
Yep.
Carson was looking in the direction of his star wide receiver. A timeout comes by the Indians. We'll take it with them. Be back in a minute on WBON TV.
Bills don't care when payday is. But with CVNB's new checking account, you access your paycheck up to 2 days early, giving you faster access to your money when it matters most. Cover rent, buy groceries, pay your bills. Skip the stress before payday even hits. Open your account today at cvmb.com or visit your local CVMB branch. CVMB. Think better.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At Amco Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at Amco, the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And Amco has a longer warranty. Come see us at Amco Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
Back to the action on third down. Herb's going to roll out. He's got Lawson over the middle. Carson will keep it. He punches forward for a touchdown, but a flag on the play is going to bring this one back, Coach.
Yep. Looks like a holding call. You and I both see Lawson, but the problem is Herbst had already made the decision to pull it down and go by the time Lawson got open. I feel like Lawson's route was a little slow there. I didn't feel like he was full speed in it. If he's full speed, I think he gets him sooner and maybe gets that ball to him. I don't mind him pulling it down there. I think it's a pretty heads-up decision.
Yeah, he saw a hole. It was there.
He gave him a chance to get the touchdown on fourth down there if they want it, if that play were to stand.
So it will be third down. They're going to mark this penalty off. They had the false start on first and goal, and now it's a holding penalty that puts this thing at the 19-yard line. And now, while we still have faith in Peyton Gilboa, if you have to rely on a field goal, it's a much tougher one now.
Well, and you talked about this as one of your I think it was Jerry Goebel State Farm's key to the games, right? Like one of your key to the games was penalties.
Yeah.
And they've shot themselves in the foot down here in the red zone so far. We'll see what they come out with. If you remember against Central, Johnson Central, they ran a nice wheel route concept out of the backfield. We have not seen since, which means they do have some concepts that get these backs involved. Be interesting to see if they come back to something of that scenario, because wheel routes out of these sets they run with three back sets are tough for a defense to pick up.
Carmelo Hill in the slot to the far side. Herbst up under center. Carson going to throw a little screen pass to Lawson. They're going to throw Lawson into the end zone, and making the catch is Carmelo Hill. Or is that Hairston?
Hairston.
We get a replay on that, Aiden. What a play as the Indians with some trickery on third down. It's Lawson throwing it into the end zone and hauling in the touchdown catch is Jeff Hairston. There is a flag on the 20-yard line.
I'm going to tell you what this is going to be, and everybody's going to lose their mind over this. This is two forward passes.
Yeah, I can see it.
Even if it's behind the line of scrimmage, you cannot throw two forward passes. The first one has to be a backwards pass. So here we go again, another shot yourself in the foot. So this is the second touchdown this season called back on a pass play due to a penalty. I would say, I think it's the third. It's the third touchdown called back on a penalty this year. It's just little things like that just make the massive difference on when things are really clicking. But the minute he threw it, my first thought was as he pulled up, I'm like, this is double forward pass.
Yeah. It looks good.
It's beautiful. But what happens is your quarterback was deeper than the receiver, even though they were both in the backfield. Lawson needs to get behind the quarterback in that scenario. Lawson's got a great arm. Can we talk about the catch, too?
I know.
Hairston can catch the ball.
Double coverage.
Yeah, he can catch the ball.
They've got guys that can catch it.
Yep.
On fourth down and goal now from the 24-yard line.
I believe it's third, correct? Or is that a loss of down?
Oh, yeah, I believe you're right. It should be third down. Yeah, the officials, there's all kinds of confusion. Coach Blair and Coach Chapman talking with the officials here. There is a timeout called by the Indians, and it must have been a loss of down because now they're going to bring out.
Fourth down, and I think that was the confusion is it's loss of down. Now, there's a timeout. This is the first time I've seen Herbst is frustrated right here. I can see his frustration on him if you see him over here on the sideline. And I get it. I mean, the kid is averaging 8 yards a carry on the season. Every time he keeps it right now, he's getting positive yards. It is frustrating. This is it's been a sloppy half for the offense. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, very similar to that Connor game, and now the frustration starting to boil over. The Indians will send Peyton Gilboa out for the field goal to try to tie this game up. But 2 minutes and 12 seconds to play in the first half, and a lot of frustrated Madison Central Indians dressed as the Madison High Royal Purples right now down on that field.
Yeah, and I mean, I understand the frustration, but just from where I sit, I haven't seen any calls that have been super errant. I don't think anything's been crazy. I will say this: you've got a kicker that can tie this game right now.
It's a 41-yard attempt coming up from Gilboa.
I mean, at one point, I think Herbst, when he took off on that third down pass and ran, they were on the 2-yard line.
Yeah.
So this has been an unfortunate series of events down here that have to be cleaned up.
So 2:12 to play. Gilboa to try to tie it up on a 41-yard attempt. Hayden puts it up. It's going to be close. And just wide right, I believe. There's a whistle. Coach Blair, I think there's a flag. Did a flag come out? It looked like a North Laurel player jumped off sides.
Do we have a replay on that by chance?
There's a flag against Coach Blair for coming out onto the field as well. So there is no flag. Oh, there is an offsides against North Laurel. So the Indians do catch a break there, and we'll see if this is a sideline warning against the Indians. Yeah, sideline warning. So Gilboa will get a chance to re-kick it here.
Yeah. It's interesting.
A lot of craziness here in the last 2 minutes.
There's been a lot of laundry on the field the last 6 plays, man. And this is where a game can start to feel like it gets out of hand.
Yeah.
Now, there's been some mistakes down here that have led to penalties on both sides. Central's got to stay calm here. That's in their favor. They can easily put 3 up here, flush this. They kick off well. They're going to pin North Laurel deep. They're not in a bad spot here. They just need this 3 points to convert.
So now it is from the 26, a 36-yard field goal attempt for Gilboa. Herbst will be the holder.
Operations were good on it last time.
That one's blocked way up in the air. Indians got to be prepared here. The Central will fall on it, so a blocked kick. And the same guy, I believe, that had the offsides called on him comes in from the far side edge to block the field goal attempt and preserve a 3-0 lead with 1:59 to play in the first half for North Laurel.
So, without seeing a replay, I wouldn't know for sure, but it looked like I didn't see a wing on the right side of the formation. Normally you have a wing on both sides of the formation. I saw a wing on the left side. I did not on the right. Sometimes when you're on a hash, you shift the ball and move guys over. It just looked like they were too free off that edge completely, and it might have been a short edge. I don't know if something was off there with alignment. It'd be hard to tell without a replay, but he clearly was in there when the ball was being placed down.
So back to work is the North Laurel offense. McCorder with the RPO himself running far side and running out of bounds. A very smart play for many reasons. You avoid a hit, you stop the clock, you move the sticks up to a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line for the Jaguars with 1:51 to play, and they've got points on their mind, Coach.
Yeah, so McCorder's doing exactly what Herbst is doing. Herbst is doing under center. McCorder's just thinking the same play. It's a triple option read. That is no different. He's just doing it from the gun. It gives him a little more time to read it, and it lets an aggressive defense chase more. Central's going to have to – their defensive ends are going to have to settle down a little bit if they're unblocked for that read scenario. They don't want to get in a scenario where they're chasing McCorder all over the field on these reads.
An injured Indian on the field. I believe that's Jeff Hairston Jr. with a minute 51 left in the first half. It's another Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy timeout. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy. You can connect with an expert physical therapist who will listen to your story, give you a personalized treatment plan that delivers long-lasting results, and will stick with you every step of the way. If you've got a nagging injury or if you just need some physical therapy, then visit osptky.com and set up your appointment today. With several locations in Central Kentucky, there's always someone there to help you. While they work on Jeff Hairston, we'll step aside for a quick 30-second commercial break, Aiden. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're here on WBON TV.
Cars of Kentucky is a proud sponsor of Eastern Kentucky University Athletics. In Richmond, we bleed maroon. Go Colonels. And when you're ready for your next pre-owned automobile, swing on over to Cars of Kentucky. Cars of Kentucky has vehicles starting at $3,000 and up, so we literally have something for every budget. 356 Big Hill Avenue in Richmond, or check them out, carsofkentucky.com. Let's go Colonels!
Over to the sideline. It looks like he's got a left leg injury.
We don't like to see that. The young man's a very impact player for this team.
And you can't see with the helmet on, but he is in some serious pain, having to be helped over to the sideline and the training table. Again, that'll be taken care of by Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy. They'll check out Jeff Hairston Jr. It's 1st down and 10 for the
minute 51
Jaguars.
On the clock.
Dropping back, and a good hit coming in and laying a hard blow to the quarterback, McWhorter. That's number 67, Will Snell, who's made a couple of nice plays here in the first half. A 1-yard loss.
Clock is running. There's a minute 33 on the clock. Clock is running. No one's burned any timeouts right now. What are we at, 2nd and 11?
Yeah, and they've got all 3 timeouts to the Jaguars, but they do receive the second half kickoff as well, so keep that in mind. Robinson on the handoff. There's a flag that comes in behind the play, and that's going to be a hold against North Laurel. So back them up 10 yards from that spot. And it'll be 2nd down and about 22 for North Laurel.
You know, one of the frustrating things, so minute 17 left on the clock. Clock is stopped right now for those watching. One of the things that's frustrating about high school football that I experienced in Kentucky is the inconsistency with the officiating. So you can go 3 games to where a normal block is not called a hold. Tonight, they're calling holds on both sides of the ball significantly. And this is a crew that's just going to throw laundry when they see something that's similar to a hold. The Burke block earlier was a hold, but the last couple of weeks I don't think that gets called because it was a pancake block. So that's something that was always very frustrating as a head football coach.
And off Robinson near side. 2 Indians waiting on him, and they'll bring him down on the stop. Johnson along with Snell there again. And it will be 3rd down and long for North Laurel as we dip under a minute to play in this first half. Indians going to let this clock wind down here, Coach.
Yeah.
And there's the timeout.
I was going to say, I don't know why there was a wait there for a few seconds. I'm not sure what we were doing to wait to burn. I think we burned.
It's our final timeout.
8 to 10 seconds. Yeah. I think you either have to take it or you have to let it run down. Yeah, interesting. So what are we looking at, 59 seconds on the clock?
59 seconds and 3rd down and long. And here's the thing, again, if you get a stop here against 3rd and long, but McWhorter's shown the ability to make some magic happen already in this first half. But if you get the stop and you get the ball back, you could have a potential where it'd be DeBruce on a return. Maybe you send Compton back for a return. Got to get the stop first as they continue to work on Jeff Hairston here on the sidelines. He is still in some pain. Hairston being checked out by the staff of Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy. It is 3rd down and 20 for North Laurel. They need to get to the 43-yard line of their side of the field.
Lining up in empty, coming out in empty. They're going to spread the field. One thing I like about this call, spreading the field, you can take a shot, let your quarterback run around, eat a lot of clock. Maybe you can get half of this yardage, and then you got a decision to make where you can flip the field a little better too, though.
Watch the quarterback draw with McWhorter. He'll drop back, and he will take off to run. And a beautiful play by Daly to make the stop. Indians out of timeouts, but they do get the stop on 3rd down, and they'll force the Jags to punt, Coach.
I feel like we say the name Daly a lot on Friday night right now, man. The kid just shows up and just plays. I mean, McWhorter can run. Yeah. That was a very sure tackle.
Open field.
If he misses that, the kid's gone. That's a great play by Liam Daly. I really like the way this kid plays football. Clock's running down to 25 seconds.
Compton is back to return. They'll also send Javius Fields back for Central. Give them a couple of options here. McWhorter.
15 on the clock.
Yeah, clock going to wind all the way down. They'll probably burn a timeout.
I mean, I'd take a penalty if I'm then. I take every second off and back it up a little bit. I don't worry about it. And then Central looks like they're going to go after it is the feeling I get there. 8 seconds remaining on the clock.
So North Laurel will take the timeout, stop the clock with 8 seconds. They're going to put 2 more seconds back on the clock. So there will be 10 seconds for the Indians to work with.
I like that home field clock work there.
Yeah. I've seen it so many times before.
You know, it's funny that they just put 2 on here because I thought the clock ran a little fast when there was 59. I thought it should have been about 104.
Yeah.
It didn't quite stop earlier when I thought it should. So, hey, it's tough. You got volunteer crews running the clocks and things. So, you know, they're volunteering their Friday nights. So
there's 2 jobs I never would ever want to do. One is an official.
Yeah.
2 is the clock operator.
I think the clock operating stressful. I used to do it for like middle school games, little league games. It is very stressful. And if you blink for a minute, you can screw something up. And sometimes you hit the button and it doesn't happen fast. It's that happens.
That's a brand new scoreboard, too. So
10 seconds on the clock. Here we go.
Anderson will punt.
Looks like we got 2 deep. They're going for the return.
Man, Central so close. And there's a flag coming in as this one will be down at the 47-yard line. Going to be an interesting flag here on who this one is on. Central did bring some pressure, but the punter landed cleanly, so I don't think it'll be anything in that situation. Maybe a block in the back or a hold.
If it's a hold, do you make them re-kick it? Do you back them up and re-kick it and then go after it?
Let's see what this discussion is here with Coach Blair.
I mean, I don't love the field position. I don't know what Hurst's arm looks like if he can get it to the end zone from here. I'm not sure. But
I think Coach Blair said we'll take the position.
I mean, I'd back him up and make him kick it again if I can. Well, the ball's moving the other direction, though.
Yeah, they will decline, so it will be 1st and 10. So the Indians will have the football at the 43-yard line.
Take a knee or take a shot?
I mean, I think it doesn't hurt you to take the shot. We've seen some stuff happen. I mean, we saw the trick play. I don't think you can pull that off here and get a touchdown, but
2 seconds remaining. Ball's on the 47-yard line, so you've got to go 47 yards here. The old hook and ladder right here, man. So we used to always practice as the season went on. We'd always had a couple trick plays for the end of the game, like when we get in the playoffs. If we ever needed to, a crossing pitch play, a hook and ladder, a double pass, we always had a couple trick plays going in, and I loved them for scenarios like this.
So we've got Mello Hill along with Christian Lawson. Also in the slot to the far side, Javius Fields, and Herb's going to be in the shotgun.
North Laurel's got 3 safeties deep that are out of the screen that you're probably not going to see right now.
Herbst will dance around. Burke gives him a block. Carson looking, still dancing around. Got plenty of time to let one fly. Carson will chuck it downfield, and that's going to be caught by Fields. Fields tackled at the 6-yard line. Came back to it. It'll help out the passing numbers for Herbst, but it ends up being no points on the board at the end of the first half. We thought it would be a low-scoring game. It has lived up to the billing. A 3-0 lead for North Laurel at the end of the first half on WBON TV.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond has you covered with all your battery needs, plus they're your local stop for U-Haul and your vehicle key and fob headquarters. Check out their new auto detail shop, Aces Detailing, located at Batteries Unlimited. They do simple detailing with a deep, thorough clean for the inside, wash and wax options for the outside, and a deep clean of the engine bay when your ride is dirty. Check out Aces Detailing at Batteries Unlimited.
When the awful Michigan weather makes its way down I-75, you want your vehicle ready for anything. Hall & Sons Auto Care knows there's no good time to break down, but especially when it's ice cold outside. So get that preventative maintenance taken care of at Hall & Sons on North Keeneland Drive in Richmond. Hall & Sons works on the smallest repairs all the way up to major engine work, and they can work on Chevy, Mercedes, and everything in between. So no need to take your German car up to Lexington to overpay when Hall & Sons is just off exit 90 in Richmond. Call 859-626-7695 for Hall & Sons Auto Care.
Cars break down. Tires go flat. Check engine lights show up at the worst possible time. Don't break the bank fixing your car when ABR Auto Recyclers has you covered. They have good used tires, a huge selection of parts, and they can get a large selection of aftermarket parts shipped overnight. They're just a quick drive down 4 Mile, and you can't miss them on Box Ankle Road. You can save 50 to 75% off retail prices. Go see Scott and the gang or check them out online at abrautorecyclers.net.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
When you grow up in Richmond, there are 2 traditions you know by heart.
Jack Burford Chevrolet and EKU football.
Jack Burford Chevrolet isn't just a place to buy a car. It's where generations of Central Kentucky families have started their journey.
More than just a school, EKU is the heartbeat of this town, a cornerstone where tradition, pride, and a winning spirit come together.
Jack Burford Chevrolet and EKU football. Two Richmond icons, one winning tradition.
Since opening in 1972, Citizens Guarantee Bank has been there to help our customers enhance their lives and achieve their dreams. With 7 locations across Central and Eastern Kentucky today, we are celebrating 50 years of being there for the communities we call home. Citizens Guarantee Bank is now CG Bank. New name, same commitment to being there for our neighbors. CG Bank, we've been there for that. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back into the broadcast here at Tomahawk Valley, Madison Central and North Laurel. At the half right now, a 3-0 low-scoring affair here in Richmond. Coach, do have a score update from the other game taking place right now over on WBON TV's Facebook page and on WBON TV Channel 9. 14-6 is the score with Wayne County on top of Madison Southern. The Eagles led 6-0 early, but now trailing it 14-6. The Madison Central dance team about to perform as we welcome you into the Galaxy Bowling Center halftime show with 32 lanes for bowling and over 50 arcade games. Galaxy Bowling Center in Richmond has fun for the whole family. You can learn more by visiting galaxybowling.com, or you can like the Galaxy Bowling Center Facebook page. You know, Coach, here on the halftime show, we like to look at stats. Obviously, right now, there's not a lot of stats to talk about. It's been kind of sloppy play from both teams. Defenses have played well, but it's been more, I feel like, mistakes from both teams that have prevented points from getting on the board. And that's why right now North Laurel's got the only points, a 3-0 lead at half.
Yeah, it's a really sloppy half for Central offensively right now. I mean, we talk about it in every pregame. Every key to the game is the other team's got to get you out of what you do. North Laurel has gotten Central out of what they do. They're just not consistent right now in the run game, which is penalties have backed them up. They had multiple opportunities to score down there. One thing that stands out to me, though, is when they throw the ball, they're completing it.
Yeah.
But they're not throwing the ball very much unless it's in 3rd and 4th down and long scenarios. I mean, there's reasons for those things. I don't know what they are. It's not like coaches aren't trying to win the game, right? They're trying to win the game. But
and maybe it's a case of, again, you're saving stuff.
Well, but I don't think it'd be that. But what tends to happen is you tend to call games based on practice.
Yeah.
And so if things aren't great in practice, you don't have confidence to call them in a game. Maybe the pass game doesn't look great in practice, so there's not a lot of confidence for it in the game. But what I just noticed is every time the ball's thrown, Central's players are catching it. They're making plays. Herbst makes plays on the run.
Yeah.
So I like giving him some time back there to do some things, and they're going to have to soften the box a little bit. Defensively, North Laurel's doing a great job of spreading them out. But I will say this, Central's tackling very well.
Yeah.
And as long as they keep everything in front of them and don't let things behind them defensively, they're going to be fine, but they've got to be disciplined in the secondary.
Been a couple of key plays in this game, I feel like. Obviously, the pass into the end zone from Lawson, that was a trick play, a double pass, if you will. He threw it to Lawson out in the flat. He threw a touchdown. That's one of the big ones because it was called back for a penalty. Then you had the field goal that was missed by Gilboa, but an offsides penalty on North Laurel allowed him to re-kick. That re-kick got blocked. So that whole 2.5 minutes on that end of the field has really been the key moments of this game right now because there's not a whole lot to go off of. Stats-wise, again, we don't have official stats up here. Hugh Davis was here that first game. It was really good having him here with us, but he's not here tonight.
How did we get that guy on the payroll? He was fantastic, man.
Got to take care of him. But, you know, we've seen a couple of good passes from Carson. They've had a couple of nice run plays. Defensively, they're playing well, but so is North Laurel.
Yeah.
And right now, the biggest, highlight of the game was the pass from McCorder to Noble that set up their only points of the game.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, too, I'm impressed with the McCorder kid.
Yeah.
I mean, he is showing up on both sides of the ball consistently, which he's a really good football player out here tonight.
Yeah, he's one of those kids that just makes plays. I mean, he's your quarterback. He's your best runner. He's the guy that, will punt at times if you need him to. He's the safety on defense, kind of calling signals back there. He's a guy you got to have. He
made a decision down here in the red zone on 3rd and goal from the 9. He walked over to bracket coverage on Lawson.
Yeah.
And then Central
forced him to call a timeout.
Yeah, they called a timeout because They was going to double cover him, and they were going for the throw. I mean, he's a heads-up football player, very smart kid.
Now, we are going to show the band performance for you. And, again, you can't really see the whole field, but this is going to be a live performance by the Madison Central Marching Band. They were going to be here last week. Obviously, with the game being called before halftime, they were unable to perform. But this is a Swan Lake kind of
it's a lake.
scenario. Yeah, so that's a lake out there. Aiden, let's have our camera operator pan to the left there. And you can see the lake that's going to be part of the Swan Lake scenario. So there's a couple of different things that they're tying in here. If you missed the interview I did with David Jaggy a few weeks ago, go check that out on the Madison or on our WBON TV Facebook page. You can search for that and see the interview I did with him, kind of get all the details about this band performance. They are one of the best bands in the state of Kentucky, and there's a lot of performers out there and doing their thing that goes into this. So as the band is getting prepped, we will one more time give our plug for our halftime show sponsor. It is Galaxy Bowling Center. With 32 lanes for bowling and over 50 arcade games, Galaxy Bowling Center in Richmond has fun for the whole family. You can visit galaxybowling.com to learn more, or like the Galaxy Bowling Center Facebook page. And here on the Galaxy Bowling Center halftime show, we'll have a performance the Madison Central Marching Band. There's David Jagged coming up the steps here. I think he's going to make sure everything is on task. I don't know if they've had their first performance yet. I know they've got some big competitions coming up. Of course, state competitions not too far away for them. But they are ready to go, and we are going to turn things over here to the Madison Central Band.
makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
You've heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
We all have dreams. For some, it might be playing professional baseball like Keenan Wiley, former Madison Central baseball player, did. For others, maybe it's just dreaming of your forever home. Well, after a career of playing the game that he loved, now Keenan has another dream, helping you find that dream home. Check out the new development at Crutcher Pike Estates here in Richmond. Like Keenan Wiley Real Estate on Facebook, and let Keenan help guide you through the process of finding your dream home in Central Kentucky.
Hey! Oh my gosh, your husband is so hot. I know. No, like really hot. I know.
We've got to call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Is your AC unit not cooling? Call Joseph's Heating and Air. They're experts in fast, reliable AC maintenance and repair. They'll keep you cool when it matters most. Proudly serving Richmond, Lexington, and surrounding areas. Don't sweat it. Call Joseph's Heating and Air.
Hi, I'm Gwen from Gwen's Fine Jewelers, and we would love to invite you into our family-owned business.
Select from our beautiful Valina designs, Carissa designs, or we can custom design your dream ring. Gwen's Fine Jewelers is your exclusive Kendra Scott boutique in Richmond. Special financing options available, on-site jewelry repair, and layaway. Find your dream ring at Gwen's. Gwen's Fine Jewelers, where dreams come true.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Back here on WBON TV, Madison High night with the Madison Central Indians honoring Madison High. And at the moment, it's a 3-0 halftime lead for North Laurel. We're welcoming you back into the broadcast. I want to give a special shout-out to our game sponsor for tonight, Clark Construction. Clark Construction is a locally owned and operated custom construction business based here in Richmond and serving Richmond and the surrounding areas. They have a very special deal right now where they are wanting to help you as we go into fall, take the vision that you have for your home and turn it into a reality. They specialize in home remodels, custom additions, outdoor spaces, decks, patios, roofing, flooring, fencing. Just imagine you sitting outside on your brand new deck, watching the leaves fall and enjoying the fall. That is what Clark Construction can do for you. You can learn more about Clark Construction online at clarkconstructionllc.net, or you can give them a call today at that phone number right there on your screen, 859-893-1006 for Clark Construction. John Clark and Michael Watkins here with you, folks, as we get you set for the third quarter. Indians got to find a way to make some adjustments, Coach. You know, they've been able to get into the red zone on that last drive that they had. Had the big, long player out there before the half came to an end. So they've shown glimpses, but inconsistency, that's really been their theme all year long. They've been very inconsistent on offense through the first now 3.5 games. And really, I mean, I think one thing that could hurt them, they really only played a half game against Connor in that opening week. Only got half a game last week against Madison Southern. They've really only played 2 full games, even though this is the 4th game of the season.
Yeah, and there's a couple things that just stand out to me. And again, you're talking to a former coach, a former offensive-minded guy. So I'm pretty particular when it comes to my offensive schemes. One of the things that I just noticed, there's not a lot of misdirection, so that allows the team to be full flow to the ball. There was one misdirection play all night. It was that end around that had the holding call.
Yeah.
But if you take away that holding, that's a big play.
Yeah.
And then I think when you get calls like that, it can make coordinators gun shy to go back to things. We saw some passes earlier this season that were wide open, that were hit, that we haven't seen since.
Yeah.
So are we too gun shy to throw that again? I think there's some things there. I think they're going to have to trust the players and take some chances on some of this stuff. But me personally, this is 3-0. This is not a big deal. Defense is still playing really good. I'm Barnes and Herbst. And I'm working them down the field, and I'm letting my quarterback get in a rhythm in the triple and on some first down passes.
We talked about this being a similar game to the Johnson Central game, and they need to do what they did against Johnson Central in that game 2 weeks ago. They come out, kick the ball off, get a stop defensively, get the ball back, and ride your Corinthian Barnes train to the end zone. That's what they did in that third quarter. That first drive they had a long drive put together on the back of Corinthian Barnes. So let's see if they can do it again. And I think what we have seen from this offense, they have shown glimpses, some big playability. The mistakes have been what's hurt them. But Barnes has been your most consistent player week in and week out. And here again, week 4, down by 3, you're kicking off. Let the defense do what they've been doing. Let's get a stop, and let's get Corinthian Barnes the football and try to get some momentum on our side as we go throughout this third quarter and second half.
Coming into this game, they're averaging 7 yards a carry. Herbst is averaging 8, Barnes 6, Compton 10 a touch. I like those numbers to put the ball in those guys' hands, and I'm challenging my offensive line up front at halftime saying, I need you to take over this game in the third quarter, and I'm going to give them a chance to do that if it's me. Nice thing is we already know what's going to happen here. We can predict this. We're going to pin them deep here. Gilboa's going to kick this out of the end zone. They're going to make North Laurel drive 80 yards, which we've seen is tough to do in high school football.
So Gilboa will kick as the third quarter begins. Special shout-out to Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers, the name that sells. If you have an estate auction or are looking to maybe bid on some items yourself, be sure to like Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers on Facebook or visit their website and get signed up with High Bid to start your bidding process today.
Got a nice trailer at one of their auctions once. They do a good job with those auctions.
Yeah, he's been in the game for a long time. H.D. Pruitt, good buddy of mine. I'll tell you what, he will take care of you, that's for sure. H.D. Pruitt with Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers. And as you talked about, a kickoff into the end zone.
This is what you want.
Here comes the defense from Madison Central. They have been so good tonight. They've been so good all year long. You held the Johnson Central offense to 2 scores, held Connor scoreless, had Southern last week, really only one big play for them in the touchdown. So 3 points on the board right now.
And there's a big thing that just happened. Number 1 is on the field.
He is.
And that is
Jeff
huge
Hairston,
for Central, man. I was really worried about him at halftime. Like that's a young man that the Indians do not want to lose. So it's good to see number 1 back on the field right now. Full house backfield for North Laurel here.
They're running right side, and a big hole on first down. Compton comes in to ride that defender out of bounds, but a great start as they are able to pick up 12 on first down, and the handoff goes to Bryson Nance. Had a big carry in the first half, and they give it to him on first down out of the third quarter. And it's a new set of downs to the 35-yard line for the Jaguars.
Getting a lot of looks out of North Laurel. They've gone from spread to 21 personnel. That was 32 personnel. That was old school wishbone, which they're in here again. So they're in 31 personnel. They've got a tight end, 3 backs running the rock.
Right back to Nance, and this time he's going to be dragged down from behind a blevy of – it's not even the right word. A blevy. Am I saying that right?
I don't know that word,
of defenders?
man.
That's a big word. Yeah, that's why I don't use big words, Coach. I'm trying to look smart on the broadcast.
I would say a slew of purple.
There you go. Let's go with that. Slew of purple. That sounds good.
I do not know what you were looking for there, but that was out of my
somebody
my
on
level.
Facebook will correct me, I'm sure. Bevy. There you go. That's why Aiden's got the book here. Bevy of defenders. Second down and 9.
Same set here. They're in an unbalanced wishbone. Really interesting that North Laurel's come out in this. He wasn't. Ooh, that was interesting.
Yeah, close. Daly thought he had him down. The official comes in to blow it dead, but it was Robinson on the second down carry. Not much room there. It'll be third down and long for the Indians defense trying to get a stop here on this opening drive by the Jaguars.
Again, man, like North Laurel was moving the ball out of the spread run game and pass game. They come out in the wishbone. I just don't understand that. Like, I don't know why guys do this stuff.
And I get you want to try to, get them on their heels again, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, you're outthinking yourselves here. I mean, it's not that complicated. It's run blocking and tackling, and the kids. So what do they need yards here on third? They go back to the spread. Yep.
So 2 receivers each way for McCorder. He'll drop back to throw. Looking over the middle. Pass is going to be caught, but that is going to be short of the first down marker. To the 44-yard line. They needed the 45 for a first down. It will be short, and a decision early on, a full yard needed to move the sticks, and they're going to go for it on fourth down. So a big play early on in this third quarter. 10:08 to play. And it's fourth down for North Laurel.
Yeah, that time North Laurel, they ran mirrored route concepts out of 2x2. Same thing on both sides of the ball. I thought he worked the wrong side of the field. I think he had room for a big gain on the exact same route. He threw to the boundary, shorter throw, but tighter windows. I thought to the field he had a lot more room to work with, and the route was open. But we'll see what they do here. And we're back into it. This is an inverted wishbone look here.
Man, it's going to be a hard hit. They're going to give it to McCorder. He'll keep it on the quarterback sneak. And enough to move the sticks. Needed 1 yard, got 2 to the 46-yard line.
I mean, Central was there. They had everybody up front. There was a lot of power coming off the O-line right there.
Was that the tush push right there?
Yeah, they won the pad level game. North Laurel did that time on the quarterback sneak.
As an offensive mind, just real quick, how do you feel about the tush push in the NFL? I know it's a big kind of debate.
I'm fine with it, man. Like, there's been 1,000 ways to move the football since the game was invented, and all of a sudden somebody doesn't like something that's old school pad level. It's just pad level. I have no problem with it.
1st and 10. They'll give it to Robinson running near side. Yep, and a hold. That'll be big. 2 flags come in.
Yep.
I believe it'll be the same flag on both. Now, the official, the white hat, signaled maybe a horse collar tackle. Let's see. Nope, it will be a hold.
Yeah, there was a hold. They held McElwee there. The back lead blocker did. They are being consistent with the hold calls. It was the same type of scenario Burke had earlier where they called him on a hold. So that was a good call by the officials. Definite hold in the backfield there.
So back it up to the 36, and now you need the 44 for a first down. 1st and 20 for the Jaguars.
Yeah, it's what are we doing here? So we're coming back out in more of a spread look again. It's interesting when they need the yards, they go back to the spread here.
And we got a whistle coming in, a flag, I believe a false start. So back them up 5 more. Now it's North Laurel with the unforced mistakes. Flags on back-to-back snaps for the Jaguars. So from the 36 to the 31, it'll now be 1st down and 25, and the Indians defense trying to get the crowd going. Needing a stop here on this possession, get the football back and try to build some momentum as we make our way through this third quarter. 8.5 to play in the third period here on Madison High Night. The Indians wearing the purple uniforms in honor of the Royal Purples from back in the day.
Brent, they came back to the same play North Laurel did. Central's there for it.
Robinson on the handoff. It's Johnson, who's made some big plays defensively. And these guys, you can look at Johnson and Reeder and Heyer, Snell, kind of the unsung heroes for this defense. We know about McElwee. We know about Compton. Guys that, will play, both sides of the ball. But give some of these other guys some credit. Reeder, Daly, we talk about them a lot. But these other guys have made plays, too, tonight, especially Johnson, Heyer, and Snell.
Yeah, they're rotating a lot of guys on the D-line this evening. There's no question. Lawson's back in there again. They're just moving guys around. Little RPO action right here.
Yeah, McCorder took a shot as he let that one fly.
Woo.
Johnson hit him, and the Coach Chapman coming out, he had an earful for Johnson, who laid the hit to McCorder. I think it was just he was in the wrong spot. Even though he got a good hit on the quarterback, didn't get there in time, and now it's 3rd down and 10. So another big play coming up for the Indians defense. Coach, I think here, if North Laurel gets 3 or 4 yards, they probably go for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
If the Indians can keep them at less than that, they might punt. So a big 3rd down here for both sides.
It is. They're coming back in their 2x2 spread formation. Central's too high defensively. No blitz. He's looking for his corner out. He doesn't have it.
McWhorter's getting pressured coming near side. He'll be chased out, and a push right at the end of that'll be a flag against the Indians. And I believe McElwee might have been pushed as well, but I believe this is going to be a late hit against Madison Central right near midfield. And if so, it'll be they're going to call it against North Laurel. Wow. There was a push right at the end of that play. It didn't look like anything, bad or like a frustration push, but they're going to mark it back here. And I think Coach Chapman and Coach Blair having the discussion on whether to accept that penalty. They're going to take it.
Yeah, it's again, you're dealing with penalties again. I mean, It's just the amount of penalties tonight on both sides have just. I mean, somebody's trying to win, but nobody's doing. I mean, they're doing a lot of things to make it tough for them on both sides of the field tonight.
They're going to call it a blind side block, so that's the penalty called against the Jaguars.
And I thought that was the right call.
Yes.
I didn't see a late hit on Central on the sideline. If it would have been, I would have questioned that call. There's no doubt about it. I didn't see a late hit.
So at the 36, it's going to be 3rd and 20.
Again, they've got to get off the field in these 3rd and long scenarios here.
5 wide, so empty backfield for McWhorter again.
He's got numbers to the field. I think he'll probably work the field side here. He does. He's got a little screen pass.
Lawson giving chase. It's Nance. He'll be well short of the line to gain. It'll bring up 4th down and 12 for North Laurel. And the Jaguars will punt it away. The Indians get the stop needed. Nearly half of the 3rd quarter will tick off the clock before the Jaguars will punt, but the Indians will get the football with a chance to maybe tie this thing up or take the lead. We'll see if the offense can get something going.
Just a reminder to those that are watching, we don't have a clock. We don't have a video of the clock tonight, so we'll give you the time of the clock periodically throughout the game. There's 6 minutes left in the 3rd.
High snap. Indians run into him, and that's going to be another mistake against Madison Central.
Gosh dang.
Right as Anderson let it fly, Blair, with his hands up, talking to his defense, didn't see who it was that ran into the punter, but that is
56. That's Coher.
That's just a silly mistake. No need for it. You're getting the football back. I understand you want to try to make a big play, but now the momentum goes right back to North Laurel, and they'll have it 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, that's rough right there just because, I mean, you're nowhere near the ball. When you're nowhere near the ball, you cannot – I mean, that was a direct shot on the kicker as if he got ball as well. You just can't do that in that scenario. I believe that's a senior, and that's a mistake you don't want your seniors making.
So North Laurel with new life here in the 3rd quarter. Indians are going to get the ball back. Now it's 1st and 10 Jags with 5:54 to play in the 3rd. Handoff Nance. Indians get there, but Nance breaks a tackle and riding it down to the 40, across the 40 to the 39-yard line. So a gain of 4. There's a injured player on the field, and North Laurel's training staff immediately coming out to check on him. 5:38 to play in the 3rd. Madison Central down 3-0 on WBON TV.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Wings or strips?
Wings.
No, strips. Guess I gotta flip a coin.
Famous last words.
Wings and strips.
You just can't lose with the split decision meal. Only at Lee's. Famous for a reason.
Your Lee's Famous Recipe locations are proud supporters of our local Madison County High School sports teams. Have dinner tonight before the game at Lee's Berea, just off I-75 at exit 76, or swing by Lee's Richmond, 1000 Center Drive.
Back to the action. McWhorter takes the snap and takes off with it across the 35 and down to the 34-yard line. So McWhorter putting the team on his back, making a big play there, bringing up a 3rd down and short as they move the football across the 35. And again, the Indians, they've done a good job of keeping their defensive line guys fresh, Coach. I think that's a big reason why they've had success here defensively tonight. But on 3rd and short, a lot of options here for North Laurel because they are definitely in 4-down territory.
I mean, worst-case scenario for Central, coming out at the halftime, you've got them pinned. You've got 3rd and a country mile, and here we are on the other side of the 50 now. I mean, they had 3rd and a country mile twice in that scenario. It's not what you want to see. North Laurel's going to line back up in this power formation. This is a Wildcat set out of North Laurel. This is different. They're trying to fight in a phone booth right now.
McWhorter will run to the near side, runs right into his own player, bounces off of him, and then able to get the 1st down to the 31-yard line. So a new set of downs for the Jaguars as they continue to work this clock in the 3rd quarter. They have had the football for nearly 8 minutes of this 3rd period, 4:18 to play in the 3rd, and Madison Central at the moment down 3-0, trying to get a stop.
Yeah, nice tackle there by McElwee, but it's interesting. Central is rotating a lot of guys on the D line, but it looks like North Laurel's just saying, hey, we think we can wear you out up front. And they're okay with 4 and 5 yards of pop right now. Again, coming back into a loaded backfield. It's that power set again. Looks like we're in the Wildcat again. They're coming back to the same set. They are flopping the line, so they're going strong sides and overloads here.
Noble, the only receiver to the far side. He's matched up with Hairston, and a timeout called by the Jaguars. 3-0. 3:44 in the 3rd quarter remaining. We'll be right back in 1 minute on WBON TV.
Since 1974, Linville Insurance has proudly served our community with values that stand the test of time: family, integrity, and service. We lead with kindness, do what's right, help others, and stay informed so you can trust us with what matters most. As a proud Shepherd Insurance partner, we offer the strength of a large agency with the heart of a local one. From business to home, auto, farm, life, and employee benefits, we are your one-stop insurance advisor. Join the Linville Insurance family and experience the difference.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
1st and 10 for the Jaguars as they've got a new set of downs at the Indians' 31-yard line.
Wildcat set here again. They're shifting. Don't be surprised if McWhorter pulls up and passes something here.
A run to the far side and a
great
good
play by
stop.
Snell.
Yeah, Will Snell. We've said his name a few times tonight, and now McElwee, I believe, is cramping up at the 32-yard line. Moose down on the field. Hairston immediately ran over to him to try to help him stretch it out, and Moose.
Yeah, he's got cramp, doesn't he?
Feel like a little Charlie horse on you.
Yeah.
That's a guy you don't want off the field very long. They're going to bring him some Gatorade over to Moose.
The old Waterboy reference. I picked that up.
McElwee just keeps going down there, trying to get him over to the sidelines, give him a breather.
Those are rough, man. When you get one of those and it starts working its way up your leg.
It's the worst at 4 a.m. when you wake up with one.
It's tough for sure. You know, this Wildcat set, they just, again, this is like the 6th different look that North Laurel's brought out tonight. They will throw the ball out of this. They could pop, pass, or do anything. Now they're back to their 2x2 spread. I mean, they're just giving a lot of looks to Central's defense tonight.
Yeah, McElwee on the sidelines for this 2nd down play. They'll give it to Robinson, running right side. Robinson, man, nice little burst as he picks up 5 across the 30, down to the 26-yard line. And
that's daily down. We don't like to see that.
Another Indian down on the sideline. He's holding his back. Man, this training staff.
Robinson really dropped his pads and accelerated through contact. That was a very physical end to the run.
Yeah, and poor Coach Blair with the brace around his entire right leg. He's trying to hobble over there and check on one of his star defensive players. It's 3rd down and 5. Another Indian down the field. Let's pause and take another 1-minute commercial break. We'll come back on WBON TV.
Founded by Kentuckians for Kentuckians. Whitaker Bank is a uniquely Kentucky bank committed to the communities it serves. At Whitaker Bank, you'll find personalized service, a dedication to excellence, and a genuine desire to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit us at any of our conveniently located branches or go to whitakerbank.com to learn how Whitaker Bank can serve you. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Orthopedic and Sport Physical Therapy will help guide you on your road to recovery.
It is our mindset, a spirit driven to excellence to help people heal faster and better.
If you have pain or an injury, or you need experts in sports medicine, Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy is your best choice in rehabilitation, and you have direct access.
In most cases, you do not need a referral to any of our 7 locations serving the region.
Just give OSPTKY a call. Visit our website at osptky.com to find the location nearest you. Back to the action on WBON TV. A big 3rd down and 5 coming up for North Laurel. The Jaguars with 2 wide each way for McWhorter. You'll have 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Kind of stacked together on that far side.
Central's moved to a 4-down set.
Hand off Nance. He'll try to bust it out. There's a flag and a hold. Yeah, right in front of the official. And that will bring this one back. A big hold as the Indians catch a break there. A big play. It'll be called back because of the penalty and more cramping down the field for Madison Central. It was Zachary Philpott, the senior, who we've talked so much about. A blatant hold right in front of the official that helped spring Nance for that big run.
That's Colton Johnson. That's another linebacker. Yeah. That's the 3rd linebacker in 3 plays on the ground with cramps, it looks like. Bronson Parker, the young sophomore, I really like the kid. He's a good player. He made the tackle on the play, but he had to make the tackle downfield because, and this is where experience comes into play, he got sucked in, and the play bounced, and you want that outside linebacker to hold contain out there. When he gets sucked in, he was able to run the play down, but that's where that inexperience, when McElwee's not on the field, you're going to have those things happen. Moose still on the sideline over here. So, I mean, I'm looking at, you got Moose, you've got Reeder, you've got Daly, and then now Johnson coming over the sideline. It's a good thing they've played some of these sophomores because they're going to have to ride out this game potentially.
Yeah, so Central checking on there.
Here comes Reeder right now.
Yeah, going to get him back on there. Snell along with Tanner Milton, who's seen a lot of action tonight as that nose tackle.
Yeah, and we've talked about this too. North Laurel's big up front, and they really are starting to wear it on. I saw this last play was the first, Central's gone to a true 4-down front on this last 3rd down scenario, which you don't see them do a ton of. So that's a sign that they've got them a little uncomfortable on this drive. But here we are, third and a country mile again, and Central's let them out of this twice tonight in this quarter. They've had the ball. They've had the ball the whole 3rd quarter right now. 2:30 left in the 3rd quarter. This has been all North Laurel this quarter.
3 receivers left to the right from McWhorter. Takes the snap, fakes it, and we'll have our quarterback draw. Broke a couple of tackles. Finally brought down. It's Daly who's back in there making the stop. Got 4 yards. So 4th down and 11. McElwee will come back into the game, and the Indians are going to need a big stop here as they also bring into the game number 31. That's Evan Weisberg. So Central.
It's a freshman.
Yeah, bringing in some young guys.
Yeah, this is, normally this is a scenario with the way North Laurel's playing. You'd think this is a great scenario, but we've kind of given them this stuff tonight. So this is big here. They've got to get a stop here on 4th and 11.
Bend but don't break. It's got to be your mentality here on 4th and 11. Got to keep them within the 11 yards, get this football back. McWhorter will drop back to throw. He's got guys going across the middle, looking to throw.
Oh, man, there's major holding downfield that's not going to be called. That went in Central's favor.
Indians got a big stop and a big hit there. I believe it was Javius Fields who made the tackle. Great effort there by the Indians defense as Colton Johnson, man, he is hobbling over to the sideline and immediately going into that trainer's tent to be checked out. The Indians got the stop that they did. It wasn't pretty, Coach. Almost an entire 3rd quarter ticked away. Madison Central's offense now back to work, down 3-0. A low-scoring affair here in Richmond, but the Indians have the ball back finally.
Yeah, they did, and I'll tell you what, they got away with one right there, 80 for North Laurel. He was about to get behind the secondary. That really good hold. They hit it well. But again, just trying to keep everything in front of them. A little fly give action here.
Carson going to keep it himself.
Yep.
Herbst makes a man miss, spinning toward the sideline. Oh,
that's going to be late.
Yeah, there comes the flag.
That was silly.
Carson kind of German suplexed, if you're a wrestling fan, as the defender had him wrapped up from behind and just slung him down on the ground about 3 yards into out-of-bounds territory. An easy call there for the official.
That's what I love about the Herbst kid, too, is he can get the team rallied. He's got that fire about him. Like, he don't mind that. Notice how he doesn't step out of bounds there. He slides back into the field to get the extra yardage. Again, I just think he's a kid that the more you can let him do to work this offense, and it's time to get Barnes going on the offensive side of the ball.
Gain of about 10 or 11 plus 15 on the penalty. So move it all the way into North Laurel territory after one play. And I like what we're seeing here. They're going into the shotgun, Coach.
Yeah, have we even seen this year? No. I don't think we have. There's the actual fly give.
And there's Compton on the handoff. Quincy making a couple of people miss. He'll gain about 7 or 8, finally brought down.
Compton came in tonight averaging 10 yards a carry on the season.
Yeah, a couple of players pushing and shoving. No flags thrown, but you can tell that things are starting to get chippy down there on the sideline as they were over here behind the bathroom area a moment ago. But it's at the 40, a gain of 5. They just gave him 5 yards there. We'll take it on 1st and 10.
Again, I don't think it's in Central's best interest. When the run game gets lateral, has not been the best for them throughout the season. I still think downhill is better, but I get what they're doing. They're trying to put the ball in some playmakers' hands and get the ball moving right now, and I think that's a good thing. Some little different sets and looks is good for them right now as well.
Talk about offense being stagnant a lot in basketball, but that's really been the case tonight. Their offense has been that's been a stagnant offensive set.
Yep.
And now it's on 2nd down and 5.
Unbalanced set, little lead give here.
Yeah, Barnes, not a ton of running room, but Corinthian just continues to move it down the field. And a flag comes in late. Again, it's getting chippy down there.
Not sure which way this call is going to go. What's your guess?
I think it's going to be against Central because there's been a lot of talking.
I saw a North Laurel hip toss out here on the perimeter, too. They one of their DBs hip toss Fields pretty good as well. It is going to go against Central. I tell you, the game favors North Laurel if it continues to go this way. The more flags that are thrown, the chippier it gets. It continues to frustrate Central, favors North Laurel. I think that's by design if you're North Laurel right now.
So back this thing up to the 49 of the Indian side of the field. You need 16 yards now for a 1st down. It'll be 3rd down and long. And Coach Blair yelling at the official.
Man, he knows somebody I didn't, because that dude has been out on the M tonight. I would get tossed if I'd even touched close to the numbers. They'd flag me. Shoo-wee.
He has been in the air.
He's got that get out of jail free card on getting out on the field.
He's got some more words to say as the third quarter comes to an end. A low-scoring affair in Richmond. Still 3-0 North Laurel on top. As we go to the 4th quarter, don't go anywhere, folks. We'll see if the Indians can get right and get some momentum on WBON TV.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Jerry Goebel in Richmond today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
3rd down and 16 coming out of the timeout. Indians, I think you want to try and at least get half here, Coach. Obviously, you'd love to get all of it, and they're going.
This is going to be on Blair.
Wow.
This is going to be on Coach Blair.
Yeah. He's dealing over at his sideline.
Yep.
But too many players on the field, so 5 more yards off or on the penalty. And Davion DeBruce was out there. Coach Blair now talking to a couple of his players. Very upset. There was a mistake. There's someone on the field that wasn't supposed to be. And
you hate to see that coming out of a timeout. I mean, they're a little rattled over here. They got to calm down and figure out how to get a first down here. Again, 3rd and a country mile for them this evening.
3rd and 21. 2 receivers at the far side, 1 to the near side. Herbst will drop back to throw, rolling out to the right. Carson looking.
He's got room.
Yeah, he's going to take it himself. Carson makes a man miss, has a first down. Carson Herbst, we've talked about McWhorter making plays from the quarterback position for North Laurel. And, Coach, it seems like when you put the ball in Carson Herbst's hands, something good seems to always happen.
Spread the field, let him make some choices. We've talked about this multiple times tonight and this season. I really like – I mean, that's the thing about a triple option quarterback. They can make decisions. They can make people miss. Spreading the field. They've not dropped passes tonight. You give yourself a pass option, and you've got a run option with him as well. I just really like what it does. It stretches the defense when you spread the field and let him move around a little bit.
Ball on the right hash mark. It's 1st and 10, and they're going to go trips left now for Herbst. Lawson wide left.
A set I don't think we've seen all season here in trips left.
Carson looking to throw again. Pressured. He'll take off again. Herbst hurdles a defender, got hit while in the air. And right back up he gets. Carson Herbst, one of the toughest kids on the field, night in and night out. Another play where he puts his body on the line for his team, gets it down to the 26-yard line for a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 coming up as Central tries to take the lead early on in the 4th quarter.
If you're just joining us, we're in the 4th quarter. There's 10:44 on the clock. It is 3-0 North Laurel right now. It's been a slugfest evening, very defensive game. There's a lot of penalties on the field tonight as well.
Yeah, now back up into their original formation.
Love the one-on-one up top. If they take it, we're going to go with the dive. There's the
Barnes,
man.
a big hole, and Corinthian cuts it back inside the 5. Barnes setting up a 1st and goal for Madison Central.
Let the big dog eat. I mean, this guy, he's in a game like this, to me, he's a 15-carry minimum guy.
It has been one of those games where, and we talked about it in the pregame, this could be a scenario where whoever's got the ball last could be the team that wins. Right now, looking as if that could be the case. The Indians' defense has held their own all game long. They have kept their team within striking distance, and with 10:21 to play, another injured player down the field. It's been, 9 or 10 guys, it seems like, that have, at least for a moment, had the training staff come out and check on them. Both sides have been banged up. It's been that kind of football game here this evening.
It has been a physical game, chippy game. Guys are playing hard. It's a lot of penalties because of it, but also some injuries. And I think cramping's been an issue, which is interesting. You got to remember you're dealing with teenage kids, high school boys. They had a week where it was a lot cooler out. It's been hotter this week. Have they been hydrating the same? Did they kind of just forget that they had to take care of themselves in a week where it's been a lot warmer outside? It was hotter in pregame tonight.
It was. And it talked about it being around 80 degrees.
It was 88 when I pulled in here tonight.
Yeah, it's hot. It was hot for sure. And now it's starting to come down a little bit. You got to make sure that you are hydrating over there on the sideline, because you're going to need all your guys out there down the stretch of this one. It's 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Barnes, the setback behind Herbst. Compton to his left. They send Hairston in motion. Give it to Barnes. Touchdown! Corinthian Barnes in for 6. Some trash talk going on as the Indians come back to the sidelines with a 6-3 lead early on in the 4th quarter, and a huge play as they give it to their quarterback. He picked up a lot of yards on a big 3rd down play, setting up Barnes for the score here, and 6 points on the board for the Indians.
Yeah, this extra point's going to be important here. They were blocked earlier. See how they have a wing over there on the right side this time? He may have been there earlier, but I don't recall seeing him there, so we'll see if there's 2 free off that edge.
Gilbo puts it up, and another near block, but it's good. Extra point puts the Indians on top 7-3 in a classic football, old school type game here on WBON TV.
Honor, integrity, excellence. When it comes to protecting your home, rely on the experts who have served our country. At VC Veterans Contracting, our mission is to make your home feel safe. Our customers constantly rate us 5 stars for our expertise and professionalism. Trust your roof to the veterans who served. Call VC Veterans Contracting today or scan the code on screen for a free quote. VC Veterans Contracting, your roof, our mission.
The constant changing of the weather in Kentucky can hit hard. That's why having Madison HVAC on your side is so important. Don't waste time. Schedule a maintenance check on your HVAC system and make sure it's ready to handle the constant changing of the weather that comes with living in Kentucky. Your comfort is their promise. Like Madison HVACR Inc. on Facebook or schedule your maintenance checkup at 859-625-1471.
Gilbo will kick it away for Central, and he will put it in the end zone again. That one was close, Coach. It hit that at the 1 yard line.
1 yard line.
And the return man for North Laurel just let it bounce. If that one comes back into play, could have been an interesting scenario there. But
McCorder needed a breather, man. He's like, I gotta let this thing roll. Like, dude hadn't left the field tonight for North Laurel.
I'd love to be in the shape of Dude McCorder. He has. He has been out there all night long.
He's
And
not cramped.
we've seen other people cramp, and that young man has been able to hold on to it for now. 1st and 10 for the Jaguars. Down 7-3 now. First time this evening we've seen them have to play from behind.
And they're going back to what they started with. It was working well. They're going to spread the field. Remember, they did some lead quarterback runs, some zone reads with them. They were really effective. I don't know why they got away from it. See what they do here.
Going to throw it out in the flat on 1st down. Cutting it back. And gaining about 5, maybe 6 yards, diving forward. I believe that's Noble.
Really nice block by the running back running out there to pick the corner. That's tough to do in that scenario to pick that kid off. That's a nice track by the running back out of the backfield.
And those plays take so long to develop. That one did, but credit Noble being patient after he made the catch and letting his blocker kind of come in and open up that hole for him.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was defended well, and it was blocked well. It was a good play, both sides of the ball.
Handoff near side, Nance cuts it back up the middle, and he'll have a 1st down.
Very patient run. That is a read. The DN's doing a nice job of holding on the backside for McCorder. McCorder didn't have a chance to pull that. If I'm Central, I'd rather the back carry the ball there than McCorder for sure.
I said 1st down. They're going to mark him inches shy. So 3rd and inches coming up for the Jaguars, and would be shocked here if we didn't see another McCorder sneak.
Yeah, sneak was effective last time. You know, North Laurel's got a lot of guys playing both ways. It's going to be interesting to see how that carries into this in this half. This could be a great scenario for a quarterback run here with the back lead.
He'll take it, a little quarterback draw.
Yep.
Didn't go up under center, but still takes it the distance needed. Got the inches and 5 yards on top of it to move things up to the 35-yard line. Nose of the football touching the 35 of the North Laurel side of the field. 8.5 to play. Jaguars now trailing 7-3. Indians getting that Corinthian Barnes touchdown on their last possession for their first points of the game to go out in front. Now having to get another stop here defensively.
A good sign is Central's got their starting linebacking core on the field, which is a great sign right now. Drop back to pass.
And McCorder being pressured, being chased. Lawson trying to track him down. McCorder will go out of bounds on this side of the field at the 40. Gains 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
He can run, can't he?
He can, and he's
not very big, man.
I was going to say, he looked like Jeff Hairston running over here. I mean, those little legs just churning.
Man, I tell you what, though, I'd lose my mind if he don't tuck that football when he's running. He's got that ball hanging out there. It scares me to death.
It looked like he hopped up on the ledge, stole an apple pie, and was running for his life. 2nd down and 5. Trips left, 1 receiver right. They give it to Nance. Dancing around in the backfield, got 2, so 3rd and 3 coming up for the Jaguars.
That was a designed run play. He was not reading that out of the back end, which if he would have, he had a pull and was gone on that. It'd be interesting to see. They're pulling him over to talk a little bit. They may be making an adjustment to some of the stuff they're seeing. You know, Central's played good defense tonight, but penalties have been a problem.
Yeah.
Mistakes on third down. This is a huge down right here for Madison Central.
They actually backed this thing up to the 41. So a full 4 yards needed for North Laurel to move the sticks here. Probably 2-down territory for them here if they don't get it on third down. But Indians defense, which has played well tonight, going to have to do it again. McCorder will hand it off. It's Nance again. Daly had him. Nance slipped away and will have a first down finally ridden down. Coming in to make the stop is that Weisberg. Weisberg on the tackle.
That's not something you've seen much of this whole season. Missed tackles by Madison Central. They've been one of the more sure tackling high school teams I've seen in a while. Definitely some missed tackles there. North Laurel came back to the same play call twice in a row there. I thought that was interesting that they did that on that third down scenario.
Daly was in the backfield and had the play for a loss, but Nance kind of slipped away from him, and a big play to put the ball in Indians territory now with 6:40 to play, and now the clock becomes a factor as well. McCorder running to the far side.
Designed to run.
And he'll dive forward. Indians fans calling for a hold. Didn't look like there was one there.
66. I was watching it, the left tackle. It could have been, but it's kind of like Burke's scenario early in the game, but the kid let go here when the play started to go by. He didn't hold on to him. It was close, but I think it was the right no call right there.
And this Indians defense, man, they have been on the field for a long time in this second half.
The whole third
quarter, and now almost 4 minutes here in the fourth.
6 minutes to go in the quarter here. They've got to find a way to get a stop on this drive.
2nd down and 3. McCorder gives it to Nance. Dances around again and finally stood up.
Yeah.
A host of Indian defenders able to stand him up. Nance never went down, but the play whistle did. Yes.
North Laurel's backs are running the ball really hard. Robinson, Nance, and McCorder. It's a nice little triple threat, but that was a big play for Central right there.
And McCorder hasn't thrown the ball a ton, but he's been very effective when he has. Let's see what he does here. Again, the playbook wide open on 3rd and short.
What are you doing here?
I think you let your quarterback make the play. I mean, I'd let him have the decision, kind of like what the Indians did with Herbst.
I'm rolling him out. I'm letting him play backyard ball.
Let him do what he wants to do. If he wants to throw or run, let him decide.
He's been very. Now, they put trips to the boundary here, which is interesting. There's not a lot of room to run over there, so
I think he'll roll out near side here. They'll bring up. They're going to go far side with the run. McCorder
took a shot by Daly right there.
Went down for a loss. Back near the 40-yard line. A big hit by Daly and a big 4th down coming up in this one. This one could potentially decide the game.
I mean, Daly just continues to show up when it's on the line. I mean, I just can't say enough good stuff about what I've seen out of this kid this year on defense.
Clock winding down. 4:38 to play, and the Jags want to talk it over on this big 4th down possession. We'll see if the Indians can get the ball back when we come back. Take a 30-second timeout, and we'll bring you back and set up this 4th down play on WBON TV.
Pruitt & Sons Auctioneers have over 24 years' experience in the auction industry. Whether you're selling real estate, personal property, or liquidating your assets, Pruitt & Sons can help take your property to auction and walk you through the process. Serving all over Central Kentucky, visit PruittAuctioneers.com. And remember, Angela Pruitt for all your real estate needs as well.
When life gets complicated, you need someone who understands. Since 2003, Blevins Law has navigated real estate closings, wills, estates, car accidents, and personal injury cases with care and clarity. If your family has experienced death or injury, make Blevins your first call.
Blevins Law. Compassionate, reliable, real. Call 859-985-5410 to hire Blevins Law for the win. Office is located at 400 Richmond Road, North Berea, or search blevinslaw.net to contact them today.
Jaguars coming out in the Wildcat formation with McCorder, who is their quarterback. He can throw out of it. He'll run. He's hit, and a first down. McCorder needed it. 4 yard, got about 3. Indians are saying they stopped him, but it's clear
close.
For a first down.
I mean, yeah, it was close, but think of the confidence you have in that young man in that scenario, and then your backs to be lead blockers right there as well. That's not what they do all the time, so they've got a lot of confidence in their guys in that situation. Defense looks tired a little bit. This has been a long half for them. They're going to have to gut check here.
First down. They'll have trips to the right. One receiver left for McWhorter. Indians with the clock ticking down in the fourth, nearing the 4-minute mark.
Lead run here.
Yeah, they're going to fake the throw.
Wow.
And McWhorter, wow, a great play by McElwee.
What a play by Moose. That's a big-time play by that young man.
And they're looking for some subs to come in. We've got some tired Indians out there on the field defensively, and rightfully so. They have been on the field pretty much the entire second half. It's 2nd down and 6, and give credit to North Laurel, man. They are just continuing to work this ball down the field.
And they just lean on McWhorter. I mean, he's their workhorse. He's the guy they want the ball in his hands. He's not turned it over tonight.
They'll give it to Robinson running left. Broke a tackle. Robinson still on his feet. Stood up just shy of the line to gain. It'll be 3rd down and a yard for the Jaguars, and they will take the next snap with under 3 minutes remaining. And this game coming down the wire, a lot of fun here on WBON TV, and we really appreciate you tuning us in. Special shout-out to our friends over at Clark Construction for sponsoring our coverage tonight. It's 3rd down and a yard for the Jaguars.
Under center, it's that inverted wishbone.
Yeah, McWhorter going to do the quarterback sneak now and just fall forward to move the sticks.
Man, I can't help but notice the mismatch out here when they get in that set with the big wide receiver in central smaller corner. They've shown a tendency that they would take a look at that throughout the evening. Be interesting to see if they do anything with that.
So it's 1st and 10. Now nearing 2 minutes to play. Under 2.5 remaining in this ball game. Indians have all 3 timeouts. The Jaguars down to 1. Trips right. 1 receiver left for McWhorter.
A little power read right there.
Keeps it himself and gets it down to the 20. Timeout, Madison Central. I think they're calling this timeout, Coach, just to kind of give their defense a breather with 2:12 to play. The Jaguars might have this thing till the game comes to an end. Give a lot of credit here to both sides of the ball. A hard-nosed football game, and before we get you set for this 2nd down play, we'll say a special thank you again to Clark Construction, a locally owned and operated custom construction business based in Richmond and serving Richmond and the surrounding areas. The founder, Tristan, was born and raised by construction entrepreneurs, and he wants to help you make sure that you take the vision that you have for your home and turn it into a reality. It's Clark Construction online at clarkconstructionllc.net. So here we go. 2nd down and 6 for North Laurel. Indians in desperate need of a stop here as Fields moves into the safety position.
Set up for a quarterback run here potentially.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, confusion there. A great job by McWhorter. He kept it for so long, made McElwee choose which one he wanted. Central saying that the ball popped out. It may have, but North Laurel will keep possession. It'll be 3rd and 5, and another Madison Central timeout, Coach.
Well, they're just trying to, so they've rotated the D-line all night, but the problem is those linebackers, they have been on the field the entire second half. They're just absolutely gassed, and rightfully so. You've got a big offensive line. You've got backs that are running really hard for North Laurel, and you've got a linebacking core for Madison Central that needs this timeout right now. I like the timeouts here. You may need them, but at the end of the day, if you can't stop them here, it doesn't matter. So I do like the call to give those guys a breather, make sure you're in the right sets, make sure they feel good about what they're doing. More rotations on the D-line taking place there.
On Madison High Night, the Madison Central Indians in their royal purples uniform trying to get a big stop against North Laurel, who's down 7-3, but with the football in the red zone.
They're back to the spread on offense again, widening them out.
They'll fake the handoff. McWhorter will throw it up high. Anderson makes the catch up the sideline. He's hit, And he'll have a 1st and goal for North Laurel. A beautiful play by McCorder as
what
they
a great
fake
catch.
it just kind of lobbed it up over the defender on that side, and it's 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
That was a true RPO. It was the run to that side. He was reading to see if the defender baited run. He did, which gives him the pass. It was just a quick out. Not a great throw, but a really good catch. And again, you've got linebackers that are tired. It's hard to play both run pass at the same time when you're gassed like this.
Man, what a game coming down the wire here in Richmond. 1.5 minutes to play. McCorder will go up under center.
A lot of movement up front.
Indians able to bring down the ball carrier.
McElwee, Daly, Compton. You've got the same names we tend to hear a lot when big plays are needed, and those three show up right there. You know, if you're North Laurel, you don't hate this because you're still running the clock out, but you're also over there going, we you know, if on North Laurel Southern, they love the clock running, but they're sitting there saying, we have to score here. You know, Central holds here. Doesn't matter if the clock's running out if they hold.
McCorder.
Quarterback run left potential here.
They'll give it to Nance, and he'll walk in for 6. Make that Robinson scores the touchdown with 49 seconds remaining. And a late touchdown will give North Laurel the lead, 9-7. Indians do have one timeout left, but this is a big extra point coming up here for North Laurel.
It is, especially with the leg that Gilbo's got on him. If you can get in field goal range, they've got to hit this if they want to feel better about it. When North Laurel's needed yards in the run game, they found them better in the spread run. And so, gosh, you can feel the – Oh, it is blocked. That could be really big, guys.
Extra point is blocked, so Indians need to get in field goal range and try to give Peyton Gilbo a chance to win this for them. It's 9-7. North Laurel on top. We'll come back. Indians to receive with a chance to win on WBON TV.
Gillum Sports Lounge isn't just a place for good food and hospitality. It's about gathering with family and friends, satisfying those taste buds, and cheering on your favorite team. You can't go wrong with one of their delicious burgers, salads, pizzas, or one of their many appetizers. Order online or stop in and see for yourself why Gillum Sports Lounge has been a staple in Richmond for almost 20 years. Located inside the Richmond Mall. Gillum Sports Lounge. Like them on Facebook to see more.
Bills don't care when payday is. But with CVNB's new checking account, you access your paycheck up to 2 days early, giving you faster access to your money when it matters most. Cover rent, buy groceries, pay your bills. Skip the stress before payday even hits. Open your account today at cvnb.com or visit your local CVNB branch. CVNB. Think better.
So we go with 4 seconds left, Coach, a 9-7 lead. And Central's got a chance here to win it with the Peyton Gilbo field goal.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to feel good. I mean, to me, in those scenarios, I love the idea of icing him, but this is a kid that he just made one.
Yeah.
He feels better now.
Yeah.
Gives you a chance to make adjustments. Not sure why they adjusted the way they're rushing the kick. They came off the edge when they got the block. They're going more of a power rush off tackle here. Don't understand this for North Laurel, but I like it for Central. They've got a hold.
32-yard field goal to win it for the Indians on Madison High Night. Herbst gets it down. The kick is up, and Central, no good. Wide right.
Wow.
Peyton Gilbo unable to put it through the uprights, and the Indians will fall here by 2. 9-7 your final score. Everything set up right for Gilbo and the offense, special teams unit, an injured player down. I believe that might be Camden Burke down on the field for Madison Central.
Too many mistakes tonight. Daggone, still had a chance to get it.
The staff from Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy checking on the injured player. We'll step aside for 3 minutes. We'll come back here to Richmond and try to dial in to a very frustrating night for Madison Central fans as the Indians lose 9-7 at home to the North Laurel Jaguars. Back in 3 minutes on WBON TV.
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At Amco Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at Amco, the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And Amco has a longer warranty. Come see us at Amco Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO.
Cars of Kentucky is a proud sponsor of Eastern Kentucky University Athletics. In Richmond, we bleed maroon. Go Colonels. And when you're ready for your next pre-owned automobile, swing on over to Cars of Kentucky. Cars of Kentucky has vehicles starting at $3,000 and up, so we literally have something for every budget. 356 Big Hill Avenue in Richmond, or check them out, carsofkentucky.com. Let's go Colonels.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond has you covered with all your battery needs, plus they're your local stop for U-Haul and your vehicle key and fob headquarters. Check out their new auto detail shop, Aces Detailing, located at Batteries Unlimited. They do simple detailing with a deep, thorough clean for the inside, wash and wax options for the outside, and a deep clean of the engine bay when your ride is dirty. Check out Aces Detailing at Batteries Unlimited.
When the awful Michigan weather makes its way down I-75, you want your vehicle ready for anything. Holland Sons Auto Care knows there's no good time to break down, but especially when it's ice cold outside. So get that preventative maintenance taken care of at Holland Sons on North Keeneland Drive in Richmond. Holland Sons works on the smallest repairs all the way up to major engine work, and they can work on Chevy, Mercedes, and everything in between. So no need to take your German car up to Lexington to overpay. When Holland Sons is just off exit 90 in Richmond, call 859-626-7695 for Holland Sons Auto Care.
Cars break down. Tires go flat. Check engine lights show up at the worst possible time. Don't break the bank fixing your car when ABR Auto Recyclers has you covered. They have good used tires, a huge selection of parts, and they can get a large selection of aftermarket parts shipped overnight. They're just a quick drive down 4 Mile, and you can't miss them on Box Ankle Road. You can save 50 to 75% off retail prices. Go see Scott and the gang or check them out online at abrautorecyclers.net.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
To close out a heartbreaking loss for the Madison Central Indians on Madison High Night, the Indians fall 9-7. A potential game-winning field goal opportunity at the end of the game goes wide right. and Central coach falls to 2-2 on the season. You know, win, loss, win, loss. We're kind of going into pattern here right now, but inconsistencies on offense, kind of the not the reason, but a big reason why they have struggled to maintain, and really should be 4-0 right now if you look at it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough one, but it really tells the story of where they're at as a team right now. I mean, when you're giving up 9 points, you shouldn't be losing a football game when there's that many guys on the field that can make plays. You know, I'm not in practice during the week. A lot goes on to why play calling selections are made for things, but I feel like they're very conservative offensively per the explosive playmakers. I mean, we've seen numerous times 3rd and 30 conversions go for touchdowns, get called back. There's explosive playmakers there. There's just not a lot of stuff that's leaning into them.
Yeah. Some mental mistakes, obviously. Talked about the penalties and things that they can clean up. But tonight, it's just, you know, a frustrating night because we see the potential, and they've shown the potential. They've shown the plays, but there's always just something that has kind of gotten in the way through these first 4 weeks of the season. Even in their 2 wins, there were some things they could have cleaned up. In the Connor game, I mean, there were a lot of things that didn't go their way, even though they won 46-0, whatever the score was there. Last week against Southern, there were some things that, even though they blew the Eagles out, you know, through the first half, there were some things they needed to clean up. Johnson Central, you lose by 1. Here you lose by 2. The team has it all, but they've got to just find a way to put it all together as we go into next week now on the road at Scott County. You got a great crossing team that is pretty good. Then you go into district play, and then you got St. X. The ability is there. Got to find a way to put it all together. Here on the post-game show, it is the CG Bank post-game show. CG Bank wants you to know that you're taken care of wherever life takes you. Ask about Kasasha Cashback checking with 4% cash back on debit card purchases. You can visit cgbank.com to learn more about what they can do for you. And here to kind of wrap things up, Indians losing 9-7 on Madison High night. Rough night to be a Central fan, but again, you talked about it, Coach. They've got a lot to work with. We've seen the potential of Carson Herbst and Jeff Hairston and Corinthian Barnes, and we know how good this defense is. They've just got to find a way to put it together, and now Scott County, a really tough test next week on the road as well.
Yeah, and here's been the common denominator of the 2 games they've lost. The 2 games they've lost have been lost to equally as physical teams. We sat here against Connor and we said, we are really physical up front. But then you played a Johnson Central team that was really physical up front, and it became a wash then. They were more physical up front than Southern was. You saw what the score did. This was an equally physical team up front, and when this team can't lean into the physicality to win the game, they're going to have playmakers step up and make plays, and they're going to have to put them in a position to do that. And another thing is we've seen repetitive weeks with receivers running behind the secondary.
Yeah.
They're going to have to figure that out because there's too many guys that are free. The secondary's got to keep everything in front of them.
Let's look at our Jack Burford Chevrolet drive to victory now. Even though the Indians didn't have the victory, they drove it down the field. They put a drive together that could have been the drive to victory. The Peyton Gilboa missed field goal. They're kind of obviously giving the win to North Laurel, but they did the things to get it downfield and set up a potential game-winning shot for Peyton Gilboa, and that's a drive to victory you got to be happy with. At least if you're Central, you know that you've got the potential to make a drive like that, and they've got the clutchness, if you will, or whatever you want to call it, to put that drive together. I think here's the touchdown to Corinthian Barnes that we saw earlier as well. So they've got the potential to do things like that. It's just got to find that consistency to do it on a night in, night out, quarter-by-quarter basis.
Yeah, and I think you'll find games where he has fewer touches. He didn't have as many touches tonight. It's going to be hard to put offensive points on the board without him touching the ball. And then Herbst has shown again and again and again that he is a playmaker. He just needs to continue to be put in situations to let him create a little bit. I think he's a little more creative offensively than what is being shown at times right now. But at the end of the day, way too many penalties, way too many mistakes. And until that goes away, I mean, you had North Laurel going 80 yards, pretty mistake-free tonight, and Central's having trouble doing that.
We'll wrap things up with our Clark Construction sponsor, our game sponsor. Once again, I want to say thank you to them for sponsoring our coverage tonight. Clark Construction is located right here in Richmond, Kentucky, but they serve all over Richmond and the surrounding areas. And they specialize in home remodels, custom additions, outdoor spaces, decks, patios, roofing, flooring, fencing, you name it. And the team at Clark Construction can take care of your vision for your home and bring it to life. For more information, like Clark Construction on Facebook, visit their website, clarkconstructionllc.net, or call 859-893-1006. Coach Clark and Michael Watkins, folks, will be on the road with you next week. Both of our local coverage area teams, Madison Southern and Madison Central, on the road next week. Indians on the road at Scott County, so should be another tough test there. As we wrap things up here, special shout-out to Landon Eads and Jacob Beck, our cameraman, and our producer, Aiden Mills. Coach, should be a tough test next week for Central. Scott County is a pretty good football team trying to get their program back on track as well.
I mean, they're fantastic. I don't know what they've done tonight, but I think they beat Bowling Green last week, which is a good team.
They went over GRC
Coach
to start
McKee
the season.
knows what he's doing. I mean, they're a good team. You know, one thing I hope doesn't come from Gilboa's a really strong part of this team. Kid hits the field goal, gets iced. You don't want to see him go into the tank. He's a big part of this team moving forward. So I want to see that kid keep his head up because I think he's got a bright future.
Indians fall 9-7 at home. We'll see you next week, folks, on WBON TV.